I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Irv Pro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're ServPro's first responders to your property's disaster. Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone. Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married three-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite ServPro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge. But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call ServPro.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at AckermanEsvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at AckermanEsvold.com.
There's a couple games that the Magi look forward to on their home ice. Traditionally, I don't know if it was Mandan or not that was ever in that conversation. This year, it certainly is, as the Braves are 4-0 coming into the Mesa Arena here at Pepsi Rink here tonight, taking on the 2-0 Minot Magicians. Welcome into our Shields pregame show here tonight. Shields has everything you need for all your Christmas lists. Shields of Minot Bismarck here to help you in each and every way. Shields of Minot Bismarck again bring you the pregame show tonight. I'm Nick Hulberg alongside of former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, Mr. Matt Morelli, joining me here tonight in the press box for the showdown here tonight. As I bring you in here, Matt, tonight, we better talk about this real quick and at least let me tell you where I'm coming from. It's saying that in the years past, to that opening remark here tonight, in the years past, Minot High and Mandan really didn't play too many games that were overall too tight. We'll give you the overall record here in just a moment, but in the last 10 years for Minot High, well, they've gone 8-4 on their home ice against this Mandan team, but you look at 4 of those losses in the recent years. 22, they lost one back in 2019, an overtime victory back in 2021. Mandan's a different team now inside of the West region and currently sitting at the top of the list inside of the WDA. You know that this is going to be a hockey team that in tonight's showdown is going to look to give Minot High some fits in this one. Are you looking forward to the showdown here tonight? This really could be a good nail-biter here tonight.
You're right, Nick. This will be a good one. Anytime Mandan rolls into Minot, these West Region games, they just seem to play that style where they hang around. They're a little kind of chippy at times. The after whistle extracurricular activities, they want to draw Minot into taking maybe a bad penalty, but they always have a solid goaltender. They face a lot of shots. Any goalie that faces as many shots as the Mandans and the Dickinsons and the Devil's Lake, they're just gonna improve and they're bring their game to another level. Minot's got to be ready. I mean, Mandan's got confidence. They're 4-0. They're off to probably one of their better starts they've had in their program, I'll guarantee it. So you come on the road, and for Minot, we just haven't played as many games. But you take Mandan, they're fired up to be here. Minot came up with a big win Tuesday night. It's going to be a good one.
It should be a fun one here tonight. We're going to see some of the state's top producers as well in this showdown here tonight. We'll get into that in just a moment, but first let's take a look at the standings inside of the WDA coming into tonight's Thursday night affair here on the PSP Network. Bismarck High currently sits #1 inside of the West region. They have a record of 2-3 overall on the year. Mandan at 4-0 on the season. They currently sit in the #2 spot. Jamestown's at 1-2. Legacy at 2-2. Dickinson's at 3-1. They travel to the Pepsi Rink on Saturday afternoon. We'll have the call of that one one. I will have the call of that one coming up on Saturday. Botno Rugby sits at 1-2, currently 6th inside the conference. Minot at 2-0, 1-0 inside of league play. So they currently sit down at number 7. Williston at number 8. Hazen-Beulah 0-4, winless on the year. And the Bismarck Century Patriots in the bottom of the barrel at 1-2 right now. Those are the conference standings here for tonight's matchup. And in this week, as this week continues to progress, you really can't put a whole lot of stock into where these teams are right now as far as these standings are concerned. It's going to jockey around quite a bit once we get some more games underneath our belt. But with that being said, Mandan 4-0, Minot High 2-0. How big really is tonight in your mind for not only the Magi but for the Braves as well?
Well, I think Minot, Minot, you're at home. You want to get off to a good start. Your opener, Mandan, they're on the road. They just want to probably keep it close, get off to a good start. Minot, I think, carry over what happened on Tuesday. I think it was a pretty solid effort by the whole team. That was a good team effort. It seemed like everybody contributed on Tuesday night to that win, and you need that against these West Region games. We're only 2 into it. Most of these teams have 2 to 3 games more than Minot. I mean, yeah, maybe at this point it might make a little difference, but as the season goes on, we'll start to catch these other teams with more games in 1 week. 3 games in a week is a lot for a high school team. The importance of getting your rest, take care of your body. These guys prepare yourself, the mental part of the game. I mean, they're all here for a reason. These guys all have the physical skills to play, but what can you do to separate yourself from the other guys? That Mandan, it's not a long road trip by any means, but Minot, get off to a good start. Every team, I think we probably had maybe some unnecessary penalties the other night against Century. We got to stay out of the box. Mandan's got some players, some go-to guys that they always seem like they have 3 to 4 forwards, 3 to 5 forwards. They are solid. Same with in goaltending. We know they're always going to be consistent. They face a lot of shots. I think Minot, you pepper them early, you get pressure. If you're Mandan, you get the bus legs out of here. You're on the road. They're kind of on a little bit of a semi-roll, and they've got confidence. So let's not give them any more confidence than they need to make this game any worse than it already is going to be.
It's going to be a fun one here tonight. Usually is when these two teams come together. Well, you've got the Mandan School Song playing on the loudspeakers here at Mesa Arena as we get set and ready for the showdown tonight. Whether or not the Magi are looking forward to taking on the Braves, I know I'm certainly looking forward to being here to see it go down tonight as the Magi and Braves come together tonight on the 280-foot sheet of ice here in the Magic City. Loyal and true, the school song plays on here in the Magic City. When we come back, we'll get set and ready for tonight's opening face-offs. But first, we'll talk to both coaches in the Coach's Corner. We do that when we return here on the PSP Network. The Braves and the Magi lock horns tonight here on the PSP Network.
Finding the right bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
It's water. Boom. Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh? Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Welcome back to our Shields pregame show. We're now joined by the Mandan Braves co-head coach here in year number 1, Marshall Cheetah, coming to the league after Leif Matson and the Mandan Braves put together a pretty good run over his time. First things first, welcome into the WDA. How excited are you to take on this challenge of coaching one of the teams in the West region that is a team that looks to be at the state tournament every year?
Thanks for welcoming me. And yeah, it's been an exciting process. We knew, with past results from this last year and what Leif and the staff were able to do last year was pretty special. And so we definitely look to come in and try and continue with those things that they were doing, and also, build on, a little bit of a new process and a new culture and new things going on as well. So.
Matt Winkle's the co-head coach with you, and you guys both play at the University of Mary. Touch on that experience just a little bit, going from college hockey at pretty high level where some national championships have been won, now to this high school age range where you're coaching here. What do you guys bring to the table off of some time with the Marauders? I
think we bring a little bit of experience, and, being in a position where, you're playing hockey every day at a high competitive level, it's good to translate, kind of bringing a competitive edge for the kids and being so recently playing hockey, being up to date on, things that are going on in the game of hockey and new ideas, and maybe we can bring some of those things as well. But, it also helps us relate maybe to the kids a little bit better, so we're a little bit younger. But, I think any coach, has been, what Leaf's been able to do has been really good, and we just want to build on that.
You guys are off to a great start and have done well so far, 4-0 in the early portion of the campaign. Minot High's the challenge tonight here on their home rink, the Mesa Arena. What do you expect out of the Magi here tonight?
I expect a really competitive game. I think there's going to be a lot of compete out there. I think it's going to be hopefully a close game and come down to those little details. That's what we touched on before this game. It's going to maybe come down to penalties, power plays, playing smart hockey, being disciplined. And so, yeah, I expect a really competitive game.
Touch on Matt Hyder just a little bit. He's obviously the special player, leading the state right now in goals scored on the season, 9 points for him. What's this kid like off the ice? Are you impressed with the way he's showing up every day for you?
Yeah, we're impressed with Matt and all our forwards, especially some of our older guys. I think off the ice, we've got a really good group, and they seem really connected. And so we've kind of let them kind of take the reins in terms of the culture and things that were happening before. But on the ice, he's a real talented player, as obviously most of the state has been known so far. But yeah, we just wanted him to continue, and that whole line to keep doing what they're doing.
Looking forward to tonight's matchup. Final question I have for you, and this isn't a joke. Do you know about the Rabbits and the WDA coming onto the ice surface when Minot High plays teams like Mandan?
No, I don't have a lot of experience with any animals of that sort, but looking forward to it.
We'll be friends for many years to come, as long as you're here with Mandan. Look into it a little bit. We'd like to see that come back into play a little bit. Mandan used to be notorious for a few rabbits on the ice each and every year. Best of luck here tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That's the head coach of the Mandan Braves, Marshall Cheetah. When we come back, we'll talk to Jason Bennett, the co-head coach of the Magi. It's high school hockey right here on the PSP Network.
If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that.
Welcome back to our Shields pregame show. We're now joined by the Minot High co-head coach, Mr. Jason Bennett. Coach, feels like I haven't seen you in forever. Great to see you here tonight.
Home opener, and it seems like we're almost at the end of the year. We didn't play for 15 days, but luckily we got back after it Tuesday night, and we're home. We're excited to be home, and now the schedule heats up here in the next couple weeks.
Let's talk about that matchup against Bismarck Century. And with that big of a layoff coming into the VFW Sports Center is almost like the Lions' Den, if you will. And you guys seem to perform pretty well. Your thoughts on a 4-1 victory?
Yeah, I thought we got off to a really good start in the first period. And, about the first 12 minutes of the game, we were up and down the ice, and it was great pace. But like I told Coach Grubb, you just can't emulate the kind of conditioning you need game speed, and second and third period, our legs caught up to us a little bit, maybe our lungs caught up to us a little bit. So fortunately for us, they'd only played, that was only their third game, so it's not like they had played 5 or 6. Legacy's already played like 5 or 6. So yeah, we played well. The special teams weren't great. We killed penalties pretty effectively. Our power play, they took away some of the things we wanted to do, so hopefully we tweaked that in practice yesterday, and it'll work out for us tonight.
How about Ben Swanks, too? He's kind of been a dude for a few years now here, but a guy like that gets a hat trick the other night. What do you think that does for his confidence?
Well, it's great. He had two big goals in Devil's Lake, and he's a senior, and He's a guy, he's a leader for us. He's an assistant captain. We expect big things out of him. And, they kind of, they shut down kind of our first line, so to speak. And he's playing with some younger kids. Jersey Abrahamson, got hurt last year, didn't play a lot. Panis, that kid's a sophomore, and Ben's kind of taking those kids under his wing. And they played great, man. They were gritty, and he shot the puck, and he's doing a lot of good things for us this year.
On to business tonight. The Braves come in from Mandan, a team that's 4-0 right now, top of the WDA ladder here in 22-23. What do you expect out of a newly coached team in Mandan?
Yeah, you don't know. We know Mandan, they have a lot of confidence. They've had confidence in this building. It seems like year after year, maybe we outplay them, outshoot them 45-15, and, it's a 3-2 game or they win in a shootout, something like that. So it's nice almost them having a 4-0 record. It's not something our kids, are going to look past. And, they're going to be physical. They play hard. They always do. They got pretty good goaltending. So, we need to, get lots of shots on net, screens, do all those cliche things, whatever it takes to kind of score some goals. Hopefully our special teams are good tonight.
Should be a lot of fun. I'm hoping that I get a little post-game conversation with you tonight. I missed you, man.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been the snow crept up on us so quick, and all of a sudden it was winter.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Well, it's showtime from the Pepsi Rank here at Mesa Arena. We are underway. Short and Shields pregame show tonight. Usually you don't start early, Maddie, but tonight we did. Got through the national anthem, and we were ready to rock and roll here tonight. This Minot Highs in white. Mandan is in their blacks here tonight. Nick Hulberg, Matt Morelli on the call here tonight. Live from the Pepsi Rank here at Mesa Arena as we're underway for this North Dakota Boys High School Hockey Showdown on the PSP Network. Big thank you to our friends at Shields, again, bringing you the pregame show here tonight. Here's a drive in, shot came in, Strand goes down. He'll make the save, and Toby Strand hangs on tight to it early on here tonight with 16-17 to play in our opening period.
Well, I think you're mine. You got to be better at when to pinch and when not to. You don't give Mandan these 2 and 3 on ones. That's not the way to start the first minute of the game.
Face-off will come now on Strand's glove side. They scrum forward down in deep. Puck's going to come back away here to Deal. Deal loses an edge down low, and puck is going to be taken by Beachel. Beachel trying to toss it out in front. It's going to sweep its way up here to the near side line. Taken back now by Beachel. Backhanded out in front. Taken away there by the Magi. They try to clear it on out. They can't. That one goes off of shin pads there and back out to neutral it comes, where it's going to be picked up here by the Braves, and it's swept all the way back into Minot High territory. Down this one will come. Icing not a factor here. Puck's taken here by the Magi up the near side from Panasuk up to Swangstu. He had a hat trick 2 nights ago down in Bismarck in a 4-1 win over Century. Boy, he was a dominating performance, dominating player in a dominating performance just the other night. Here's Beachel in. Beachel backhand tried to send it towards the net. It was taken there by Deal, and the puck's going to be tied up down in deep. Swangstu had quite the performance the other night. You got to see it firsthand. Player that we've talked about for a while of being one of the tops maybe in this lineup.
Well, he's a power forward. He likes to shoot the puck. He needs the puck. They moved him to center. I think that's a good move. Minot's just got to get a little bit better with the puck. A little bit of careless right now the first couple minutes of the game. Don't make things any harder than you have to be. Just make the easy pass.
And Braves go to work on the offense here. Puck's taken and worked around by the Magi now. They try to clear. It's going to be flipped up to neutral, and here come the Magi with Eli Hansen. He's into the offensive zone. Sends it across. There for Pickard. He couldn't quite pull the trigger on it. Hansen's got it back. He'll work it back up to the point. Now Brock Madsen turns and fires. That puck's knocked out in front. Madsen will hold the zone as he sends it down into the corner. He started tonight with Jackson Bradley. Hansen's got it back here from behind the net. He's going to look for the outlet. Finds it. Madsen far point to the near. Here's Bradley with a drive. Bounces in. Center slot still loose on in front. Schuster there with it. Backhand. Oh, just couldn't quite pull the trigger on it. Goes down into the corner. Schuster's going to take his man down into the far boards, and that's going to be a penalty on the Magi, and the power play coming here for the Mandan Braves early on. And will this be a 5-minute call coming here?
I don't think so. I think it's just a holding. I think it's a tough break for Minot. Good pressure. Just you have to know just where that tipping point is for us when you're going into the boards with a guy, and that's a tough call. I mean, when they by the boards, it's almost a penalty every time when somebody goes down and going in the boards.
By the way, let's take a look at tonight's keys to the game. Keys to the game tonight brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. Northern Plains Heating and Air, factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. Find them online, northern-plains.com. Take a look at those at our next break coming up here, Matt, in just a moment. Puck comes back up to the far point where it's going to be handled here by the Braves. They push it down to the corner. They go to work on it again. 1 minute, 30 seconds of power play time. They work it up top. Now it's sent in front, taken away here, and sent all the way down the ice. Minot High's kill looking good early on here tonight. Not a bad crowd on hand here tonight at the Pepsi rink at Mason Arena. Certainly not the biggest. Big time hit on the near side wall. That's Esslinger. He laid some big time muscle on the near side as he got together there with Tate Olson. Down into the corner and comes and chasing it after it. Trinity Anderson couldn't get a handle there, and it's going to be all the way back into Mandan's territory after it was sent out. Puck comes away to the near side wing. 53 seconds remains of power play time coming here, but we've got another call coming.
That's a tough call. I mean, that guy just kind of, Mandan player just kind of skated in Kelton Esslinger's path, and he bumped into him, and now you put yourself down to 5-on-3. But either way, you can't do anything about it now. The main thing is you got to kill it and move on. We just said stay out of the box. We can't have these penalties. Don't give Mandan any more excitement than being on the road and then being up with a 5-on-3 in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Taking a look at those keys to the game tonight, Matt. First for Minot High, the key for them tonight for me was everybody's got to be going here in this showdown. The Magi are just so darn good when everybody contributes in a showdown like this here tonight. The other side for Mandan tonight, their decision making just has to be sharp in this showdown. Minot High will make you pay from time to time, and especially in situations near and around your own net. That's where Mandan's going to need to be sharp here tonight as that puck escapes the zone of the 5-on-3.
Well, like you say, kill one at a time. Don't think it as a 5-on-3. Let's kill the first one and then move on to the next one. Just one at a time. You don't have to get crazy. It's just only the first 5 minutes of the game.
Quick shot came in. That one fired into the belly of Toby Strand. He went down and made the stop as Brady Helbling was looking for his second of the year. Well,
I was just going to say, you're taking this early. I'm sure your excitement of home opener, but be smart. Play under composure. Play within your capabilities. You don't have to make a big hit every time there's a physical contact. It can just be slowing a guy up. That's kind of a big part of the game.
Schuster's out of the box. That means Minot High has 1:07 remaining on the Esslinger call. Puck is going to be taken by Swankstu only for a moment. Now it's chipped up into the Minot High bench, and look out John Grubb and Jason Bennett, who are in year number 9 as the Magi head coaches. They almost got dinged by that one. Everybody all right over there in the Minot High bench, especially Jordan Willett. Look at him. He looks like he's ready for the showdown tonight, as always. We'll talk to him after the hockey game here tonight in our coach's corner. Puck comes back into Mandan territory. Speaking of coaches, Mandan's got 2 new ones coming into the program after Leif Madsen was the head coach of the Mandan Braves for many years. Leif with a great job as the head coach of the Mandan Braves. You have former Minot High Magician. We'll miss seeing him at the Mason Arena at least once a year from time to time. Coaches' conversations before these matchups. Leif stepped down, and the 2 that take over are Matt Winkle and Marshall Cheetah. 2 coaches that used to play at the University of Mary after North American NA3HL experience. Heard those pregame conversations tonight. That was Marshall Cheetah that we heard from before we heard from Jason Bennett. And he talked about his experience a bit from the college ranks into today's game and what he can bring to the table. Mandan, a team right now that I'd have to think, man, as we go back to 5-on-5, that is almost favored inside of the WDA to be a team that will get back to that state tournament. Shot came in on Strand. He's going to hang on tight to it. 10:36 to go here in the first. Fair to say that Mandan is one of those teams that certainly is going to be in contention to at least be one of the top 4 coming out of the West.
Well, I think they're going to be there. They always seem to, they're in games. I don't think they're going to be getting blown out this year. They want that respect. They want to be up there. They feel they deserve to be in the top 4 of the West region, but there's a lot of teams that feel that way, so it just makes the year that much more interesting.
It's going to be quite a ride, as it seems to be each and every year come tournament time. Here's Minot High down into the offensive zone. They work it down with 10:30 to play here in the opening period. Work back up to the point. Deal fires it across far line. Tipped in front. Oh, they scored. Bouncer comes in. Third line's out for the Magi. They find themselves on the board first, as that one was tipped off the shot from the point. And who is it for the Magi? Looks like number 15, Finley Bentz, will get credit with his first goal as a Magi, or was it Jackson Radke? We'll have to listen into Duffy Dobek.
Hard to tell. It could have been Carter Coleman, too. It happened so quick.
Well, the conversation continues here. Casey Lang looking to see if he could find the solution here. He's actually talking to Mandan Braves co-head coach Matt Winkle over on the far sideline, on the far bench.
I think they were thinking maybe a high stick, but I don't think so.
Minot leads 1-0. We'll wait for the official call coming from Duffy Dobek. 10:16, time of the goal here in period number 1. Minot leads by a score of 1-0. That's a big goal early on here tonight to the showdown with a Mandan team that just got done taking down Bismarck High 2-0 the other night. They beat Legacy in overtime earlier on in the season as well.
His first goal as a Magician, number 50, Finley Bentz.
Well, Finley Bentz was the one that got the credit with the goal. Radke got the assist on the play with the shot from the point. And Finley Bentz has his first goal as a Minot High Magician. 1-0 Magi, and now Minot High is going to find themselves on the power play. It looks like here as Beachel's going to go to the box. I missed what the infraction was there as Langang caught that puck and put the play to a close.
I think it was right after the play. The Mandan player kind of gave Esslinger a shove to the back of the head. They're going to call that every time. That's just a dumb penalty on their part.
Puck's going to be taken here back down to Minot High territory. Strand wandered out like he was going to play it only for a moment. Puck's taken here by the Magi, and the All-West Region player Jackson Bradley as he pushes up to center, down to Swangstu. Into the zone, it came from Jones, trying to feed it back to Morelli. Look out, puck's taken away. Here comes Kyan Johnner, and Johnner's going to skate in shorthanded. He turns and fires, and the stop was made from Strand as he goes down and makes an excellent stop there for the Magi. Shorthanded opportunity coming there for the Braves, and Toby Strand shuts the door big time.
Well, if you're Minot, you're on the power play. You've got to be crisp and clean with your passes. Making lazy, soft passes on the power play isn't going to work for you against these guys.
1:31 left to power play time here for the Magi. Puck taken here, and Saucer to head forward by Mac Morelli. Up to center it comes for Esslinger. He's into the zone. Esslinger takes a look. That one's going to be picked off again. About it high. Having some miscues here is Trinity Anderson, shorthanded. Skates it in on the far side wall. Anderson going to work. Now it comes away to Swangstu, and Swangstu sets up shop here for the Magi as he drops it back for Bradley. Up they go now up to center ice from Morelli across to Esslinger. Esslinger into the zone, taken back away here by the Braves again, and Parker Bachmeyer is just going to launch this one all the way down. And you want to talk about penalty kills that look good. It's Mandan's right now that causing Minot High not even to get into the zone, and I don't know that that's such a stingy penalty kill as much as it is Minot High's miscues on trying to gain offensive zone coverage here. Into the offensive zone they come down. Here's a drive. Oh, rattled the crossbar. That one hit upstairs as that one cranked the pipe off of Jackson Radke. Taken here by Panasuk. He flipped it in towards the net. Stop was made there by the goalpost again, or the blocker, either way. Down to 17 seconds remaining of power play time. Puck back up to the point here for Deal. Dropped it off over on the near side wall. Big pad save there from Langang as he kicked it out. Comes back to Panasuk, the sophomore. Panasuk going to work on it. Back to Deal up top. Now Panasuk, he'll walk in, turns and fires off a stick up into the protective mesh And a stop of the play as Minot High's power play goes 0 for 1. Mandan's penalty kill 1 for 1 here in the contest.
Well, I don't think it was such a bad power play, but when you're entering the zone, you've got to be sure your passes are there. They've got to be on the stick. If not, just turn it back and regroup like the pros do, where they kind of use that slingshot style. But you don't see many guys in high school that do that.
Taken here by Swangstu. Oh, that one came through the goal mouth. All the way back up top. Here's a drive, save, rebound out in front. Shot came from Schuster. Had a yawning goal mouth knocked away at the last moment. It went wide. Puck comes underneath the net now. Going to work on it here are the Magi as they forecheck heavily here. One of the top units out for the Magi right now, and they're doing what they can to put more shots on goal early in this one. Minot leading that category 8-5 early on. They also lead 1-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Puck's taken here on the near side wall. Magi D zone here from Andrew Coleman. Up to center it comes. Skating in now is Picker. Dropped off. Swangstu's in. Turns and fires. Another blocker save coming there. And off the waffle board of Bennett Langang, and up and out of play. Minot High with another nice opportunity on the rush.
Well, if Swangstu's got a shot in the high slot, he'll take that at any time. He can fire it. He wants that shot. I think Minot's just got to do a little bit better job of executing these passes coming out of your zone. A little bit kind of careless and sloppy at times, but it's early. It's only halfway through the first period.
Here's a drive again. Langang goes down. He'll make another stop. Casey Lang, the official tonight. Lang was Strand with the armbands on. Kelly's out there. I didn't catch the other. Oh, it's Eric Steele with the sweater on tonight, the official here tonight. Some of the best in the business on the ice surface here tonight in this high school hockey showdown. Big thanks to all four of those gentlemen that ref here tonight and all those others across sports. Doesn't matter what sport it is. We sure appreciate them doing what they do, because guaranteed by the end of the night tonight, Casey Lang and Eric Steele will get an earful from somebody. Same with the other two here tonight. Strand will get one, so will Kelly. I almost promise you. Nice to see Casey back out there. We haven't seen him that often as of late. He really does do a great job. 6:10 to play here in the first period. Minot leads by a score of 1-0. Here's a drive that darts down to the far side corner. In after it for the Magi. That was Freeman. Puck's taken here by the Braves again. Shot from an odd angle. Loose out in front. Oh, it's going to be taken back away to the far side. Here Trinity Anderson's got it again. Has a collision on the far side wall there with Finley Bentz, who's got the game's first goal here tonight. Puck comes down away into the far corner again as Matson goes to work in after it. He's got some support coming here from Hansen. Hansen up off the wall. Back to Bentz. Out of the zone come the Magi. Take it here. Pitchforked in by Carter Coleman. And we'll have a stop of the play as an offsides is going to be charged here on the Magi. Or did that puck go up and out of play?
Puck out of play. I think you're mine. I mean, both teams have had their shifts with pressure, but it's just like there's still plays where the defensemen are not making that play out of the zone. That's such a big play.
Puck's taken here up at center ice. It's going to be dumped down here by Cameron Deaver. 2 points for him on the year. Moves it away to the near side wing. Trying to go over to Morelli here. Puck's taken and spun up by Esslinger out in front of the Minot High net. Radke's got it, and Radke goes up to Morelli. His brother playing in the American Hockey League for the Hershey Bears with a night off tonight. No Mason's watching tonight. Hope you are doing well on a night off. One of the top players for the Hershey Bears here in 22-23. Got a whole hockey community back here in North Dakota pretty proud of it. Minot native, one call up away from the National Hockey League. Puck is taken here into the offensive zone by Jones. It's going to be freed down for Morelli. Morelli's going to step in, trying to fire it towards the net. Knocked down there. Esslinger has a big collision back in behind the net. As getting into him was Chance Bryson. Take it here up at center. It's going to be dumped right back in. 4 minutes, 24 seconds to play in our opening period here tonight from the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Minot scored first. Finley Bentz with his first as a Magi. And that's where we stand right now, back at the point. Shot came there from Radke. It was knocked down there by the Braves and pushed out of the zone. Back to retrieve in his own territory. Panasuk sent it back across, and now the Braves have possession again. Franks had moved it ahead forward. Dumped right back down from Swangstu. Swangstu out here with Jersey Abrahamson's freed out in front. Swangstu tried to fire. Oh, was knocked down out in front of the net. Swangstu gets it back. And the puck will roll all the way back into Minot High territory. There's an icing. This icing brought to you in part by our friends at Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza not only brings you that icing, Matt, they bring you dinner tonight. 701-852-1700. It's Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza truly is out of this world. 25 years with the largest laser tag playground in the region. Both watering pizza and wings. And their 30-inch galactic pizza truly is out of this world. Planet Pizza. Into the offensive zone for the Braves. They skid it down here with Kyan Johnner. And Johnner's going to take it here on the near side out in front. Hayner's going to turn and fire. Sent it towards the net, but wide on the glove side. The center for Panasuk. Bouncing puck went away there for Mason Brew. Teeter-totter match ensues at center, and now it's going to be taken by Panasuk, who's into the zone with him. He lost a handle on it. This is Bachmeyer up to center. Tried to feed Hyder, but it's taken here. Again, the loose puck scrum is going to end up back in behind the Minot goal with 2:52 to play here in the opening period. Tempo on Tuesday night for Minot High against Century seemed to be a little bit quicker than what we're seeing here tonight. Fair assessment and statements here tonight?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's probably, you know, work off the rust a little bit. Mine's only the third game these teams have played. A lot of these teams have just played so many more games. But it's kind of a tough spot for Minot.
Puck's going to be sent in. There's an icing all the way down. It came. That icing brought to you in part by our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. Northern Plains has over 25 years of heating and cooling experience. They are your air experts. They're the factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. No other choice to seal your heating and air game other than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Find them online, northern-plains.com. Magi are up 1-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard, but here come the Braves into the zone. Backhander towards Strand, and Toby Strand made the stop. Puck's going to be taken here back up at the point. Now it's loose here for Schuster. Dropped it off here. Trying to go back to Pickard. Here come the Braves into the offensive zone again. It's going to be handled here by Jors, and Jors fires on. That one missed right to the glove side. Comes underneath the bottom of the circle on the far side. Give and go play loose out in front. Nice play there from Matt Morelli. Got the stick in the way, and then it's going to be sent all the way down the ice here by the Magi. We're back to retrieve are the Braves in their own territory. Comes back away down to Esslinger, one of the captains for the Magi. Esslinger, no look, drop pass. Somehow ended up on the possession. In the possession of Jones, but it's taken away by the Braves, and they start up to center now. Chance Bryson carries in. He'll dump it down in behind Strand, and Esslinger's got it here again. Esslinger went back over to Morelli, but it's taken here by the Braves again at center. Down to a minute 18 to play in the opening period. Tonight, Minot leading 1-0. Mandan at 4-0 on the season. Looking to see if they could take down Minot High in this showdown here tonight. Look on. Bradley got together there with Chance Bryson, and Bryson made Bradley pay right at center ice. Final minute of play here in the opening period. There's the call from Duffy Dolbeck. Thank you, Duffy. Puck's taken here by the Magi up at center now as it's going to be scrum for, batted away. Brady Langang's got it, drives it into the zone, taken by Bradley again. He turns the corner here on the near side. Bradley's got room with it now, goes over to Morelli, and Morelli's going to skate in. Here's Mac Morelli, takes it underneath the net as he pushed it down underneath the red line. Swangstu's in after it on the forecheck as well. Final 30 seconds to play in the opening period. Back at the point. Fired in from up top. That was Andrew Coleman. Didn't get much on that one. Final 20 seconds to play in the opening period. All right, kids, get ready to count them down. We're at 15 seconds right now as time starts to expire here in period number 1. Minot High maybe looking for one more chance. Comes near side. Here's a drive. That one hit the side of the net from Carter Coleman. Underneath the goal line, Swangstu's got to hurry. He's down to 2 seconds. Now 1. Horn's going to sound, and we're going to be through 1 period of play here tonight as Minot High and Mandan find themselves in an early season showdown here tonight on the PSP Network. Minot High's got themselves in the driver's seat. They lead by a score of 1-0 at the end of 1 period played. Matt, your overall thoughts on that opening period? Fair to say that both teams maybe in a feeling out process potentially here early on tonight?
I think so. It seemed like there was a lot of sloppy play on both sides. Minot, I think you've got to. It starts in your own end. You go from your own end. If you're clean and executing well in your own end, that's just going to transfer down to the neutral zone to the offensive zone. We had a lot of missed passes. They're throwing it up the wall. Don't just panic and throw the puck up the wall. You're just giving the Mandan defenseman a shot on our goalie. I mean, if you don't have a play, you just have to kind of tie it up along the boards, put it in your skates. There's really giving it away is not the answer. Don't panic unless you absolutely have to. You want to be calm under pressure. I think we struggled with that a little bit. There's a lot of game left, but Minot, I mean, the one wasn't bad on shots. They had shots, but we didn't have a lot of quality shots.
Well, we've got plenty more to talk about coming up in our Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report. We're through one period of play here tonight. Minot High leads Mandan by a score of 1-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report comes up next.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities.
Architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus Plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Here we go, where they get it into Doppler up the near side. 3, 2 second, 1 second. Doppler rises, right wing, 3, bingo! Oh! Anthony Doppler wins it at the buzzer! Oh! Are you kidding me? He turns, he fires, and he buries it!
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair.
Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany? Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with the hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
One period complete here tonight at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Minot leads 1-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Welcome into our Premier Chiropractic intermission report. Premier Chiropractic is focused on improving the overall health of Minot and the surrounding communities with the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. You can find Dr. Kirk Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, and Dr. Becky Perry-Domries at Premier Chiropractic ND.com. Becky Perry-Domries works on our little guy Ike. Cody Haugen works on my wife Paige. And I'd like to see Dr. Kirk Mason. That guy's got hands like a gorilla, man. It's unbelievable what they can do for you at Premier Chiropractic. Big thanks to them.
Work you over.
Yeah, they certainly do. Nobody really worked over here in this first period of play here tonight, as we'll talk about our first half numbers here, first period numbers. What am I talking about? First half, I've been doing too much. That's how we know that I haven't been in the hockey rink for a while when I'm talking halves here. When I've done more basketball here this winter season than I have hockey, Matty, and that usually doesn't happen.
Well,
but that's.
I didn't want to say anything, but because you're the boss, but
I. Better just start the tally sheet right now, how many we got going here tonight. We had some technical issues on Tuesday night as well. We sure appreciate everybody's patience with us. Sometimes things are out of our control and out of our hands, and Tuesday night was the same thing. But it's kind of like the Minot High situation this year with the way that it's been scheduled for them, where that Dickinson matchup that the Magi had, where they took down the Firebirds in their opener. I mean, you look back to when that was, and for Minot High, that was all the way back on the 21st of November before Thanksgiving. They go down to the VFW Sports Center, taking on Century on Tuesday night, the 6th of December. And Minot High finds themselves now here in game number 3 of the season with 2 more games, or another game coming up here this week. Good to see those guys getting back into the swing of things right around holiday time, and then of course that Roseau tournament, always fun. What do you think the message in the room is right now, knowing that information, that it's early on in the year, but knowing that John Grubb, Jason Bennett, and Jordan Willard certainly want to see some things go a little cleaner maybe in this second period of play?
I think you tell them, you guys settle down a little bit. It seems like we're fighting the puck a little bit. You're at home. There's excitement. I'm sure some of these newer guys are a little nervous. They're excited. First home game for them. But like you've got a period under your belt now. You should really need more than that. It comes down to just making simple plays. The game, like most sports, the game is about the little things, making crisp passes, catching passes, chipping pucks off the wall. Mine had a couple opportunities to clear the zone. They're going off the boards. You got to use the glass. It's a lot tougher for the Mandan defenseman to retrieve a puck off the glass versus the boards. Make it, let's not make things easy for the Braves. They're hungry. They're coming to play. They're feeling good about themselves. They're 4-0. Just because you're at home doesn't guarantee wins. You've got to still show up. You've got to play. You've got to get your head on straight. Think positive, but make good plays. Don't panic with the puck. Giveaways lead to goals for the other team. You're playing your own zone is so important. We always say start in your own zone. If you don't think defensively, it's going to be a long night for everyone, and it's not fair to the goaltender. You know you're going to get chances. Every team's going to get offensive chances here and there, but take care of your own end first. Then we focus on making some offensive plays. But I think our transitional play coming up the ice as a group has got to improve. Mandan, they're right where they want to be. You're on the road, you keep it close. Like we always say, you're the road team. Give yourself a chance. You don't have to maybe win the game right away in the first period, but if you get down and have a tough period, you can lose it in the first 10, 15, first period of the game. So keep it close. I think we need some more shots. We have some opportunities maybe to fire the puck. Some miss the net. That's going to happen, but let's get in good habits.
Good habits, the name of the game, especially early on in the season. Talk about that a lot. Seeing if Minot High and Mandan at the same time can do that a little bit better here in our second period of play coming up. First, let's take a look at a recap of period number 1 here, Matt. This recap brought to you by our friends again at the UPS store. They deliver it to you here tonight. The UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. UPS store for all your packing and shipping needs. It's the UPS store located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. Well, only one goal to report in that first period of play. The goal was scored by the Magicians, and scoring the goal for the Magi was Finley Bentz, his first ever as a Magi. Time of the goal came at 6:40. Jackson Radke had the official assist on the play. That was the only goal to report in the period. Esslinger was charged with a holding. Schuster was charged with a cross-checking. Beecher was charged with a roughing. 2 power plays to the 1 that ended up over here in that first period of play for both teams. Minot 0 for 1, Mandan 0 for 2. Take a break on our Premier Chiropractic intermission report. When we come back, we'll take a look at the state's top producers across North Dakota, then we'll get you geared up for the second period of play. It's North Dakota High School Hockey on the PSP Network. Minot High leads by a goal early in this West Region Showdown.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus Bud is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Well, time for period number 2 here tonight on the PSP Network. They'll put a cap on our Premier Chiropractic intermission show. Nick Hulberg and Matt Morelli on the call here tonight. Matt, I have to tell you, I just love when they do that to a guy. You know, you take your final bite of the hot dog, and then all of a sudden it goes from 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock to down to nothing. Here's a quick drive on goal. Esslinger with the help of Jones. Lane Gang made the stop. Didn't quite use the full allotted time there for the intermission tonight. Brought to you by our friends at Premier Chiropractic. Both of these teams ready to get back into it. Here's Morelli. He'll whistle on towards the net. That was a howitzer that went just wide on the blocker side. Puck's taken here and worked around to the far side wing. Take it back down low here to Jones. This is the top unit out for the Magi right now. The starting unit here for the Magi. Morelli again whistled one towards the net but missed. Comes back away now to Mac Morelli again. Mac's going to walk in. He'll turn and fire. Tried to go 5-hole. That time knocked down by the stick of Langang. Puck comes back away underneath the net. Taken here by the Magi. Going to work on it down and deep from on it high. That was Haven Freeman. Comes back away down to Morelli. Now Swangstu's got it. Morelli again. Back up top. Across from Freeman. In is Bradley. Fires into the belly. There goes Langang with another stop here. Comes back away to Swangstu. Puck comes back up to the line. Worked back away here by the Magi. And Minot High looks like a different team in the second than they did in the first. This is 5-on-5 action. As right now it looks like they're on the power play here. That's the way that they've possessed the puck, starting things off here in the middle period. Puck taken out by Swangstu. In the circle, taken and fired all the way down. This one comes back in behind Toby Strand, and we'll have an icing here with 15-11 to play in our middle period. BNC National Bank scoreboard reads 1-0 Minot.
I was going to say good pressure by Minot, but when you have him on the ropes like that, don't try to force it. Just make the easy play. Get some shots for your defenseman. There's no reason to try to force him between all those guys. You've already got him dead tired. Keep it rolling. Just make the easy pass. Find that open guy. Like I said, yeah, it seems like a power play, but Minot could have had even more pressure. We just kind of made a kind of a careless pass there.
Puck's taken here by the Braves. They're going to start their rush out of the zone with it taken away by the Magi. And back into the offensive zone it comes. Down and deep for Abrahamson. He goes to work on it here. Taken by Abrahamson. Fires towards the net. That one went wide. Comes back away down and deep. Bouncing in the slot, or in the circle to the right to the slot for Panasuk. He couldn't keep a handle on it. Down it comes for Deal. The foot race down. This will be an icing. That icing brought to you by our friends tonight at Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Roger Ward Moving and Storage can help you with your moving and storage needs. They've been proudly serving Minot and the surrounding region since 1942. Roger Ward Moving and Storage. It's a long time ago. Back up to the point it comes. Here's the Braves pushing out of the zone. Bachmeyer has it tied up in his feet. Sent back here by the Braves as they regroup and send it back in. This one comes down from Carson Jors. Back in behind the net. Whistled away here to the near side wing. Down to 14:25 to play in the middle period. Finley Bantz picked up his first goal as a Magician tonight in the first period. The only goal to report in this WDA showdown tonight at the Pepsi rink. Here's a drive in. Strand on angle. Look out. Hang on. Everybody getting a little physical as the Braves crash the net early on here in this second period. What you would expect there. Carson Jors goes in hard, and Strand was equal to the challenge.
Your Minot just... You've been pressuring for the first 3 minutes of the period almost. So don't, like I said, just get back to the easy things that are working for you in your own zone, making good plays.
When you look at traditionally what Mandan's bread and butter has been, this one's going to come down another icing here. That time the icing brought to you by our friends at Hub International Insurance. Hub International Insurance, for all your business and personal insurance needs. Hub is the leading North American insurance brokerage. Contact Josh Cattell or Michael Borman today at Hub. Traditionally, when I think of Mandan hockey, I think of just meat and potatoes teams that aren't afraid to rough it up with you just a bit. Maybe not the most skilled teams underneath the sun or in the WDA, but teams that you know are always going to bring their A game as far as an effort level was concerned.
They always work hard. You can always count on that.
This year, the year like 2022, where they've got a kid like Hyder who leads the state in goals right now, that can make for a deadly combination when you got a bunch of hard hat lunch pail guys and some guys that could also bury the puck. A year for Mandan, which could be one for the record books underneath their new coaching staff of Matt Winkle and Marshall Cheetah. Cheetah spelled T-S-C-H-I-D-A. Talk about that for a moment, Matt. You've been in programs and around hockey long enough. That coaching change, what does that do for a program? Obviously, it's going to twist things up quite a bit.
I think sometimes it's a good thing. It brings some fresh blood to the program. I think the players, especially when you have a couple young guys like that, they've got their style on how they want to do it. I don't think it's a bad thing.
Well, you remember back to when Minot High brought their new coaches in. That was 9 years ago when Jason Bennett and John Grubb took over for Chad Burkhart, who was at the helm for the early 2000s. Chad did a great job for Minot High as well after Gary Sampson and John Willard. Here's Radke, tipped in front. Jones scored. Whistler from the line. Radke's got his second assist, and Brock Jones has his first goal of the year.
Well, good things happen when you put them on net. You can't really fault the Mandan goalie there. You just want to hit the net and make sure they're nice and low, because that's the ones that are easier to deflect. So good play good pressure by Maya. Essner moves out to the point. Use your defensemen. Most of the times they're open.
Well, the Minot High student section's here and alive after that goal here in the second period for the Magi. 13:08 time of the tally, and it's Brock Jones on the goal with the assist coming from Radke. Minot's got a 2-0 lead. Let's listen to Duffy Doback for the official call.
Scoring an even strength goal at 3:49 of period number 2. Number 7, Brock Jones.
Well, that's what you need. You need your seniors to contribute. Guys are going to see a lot of ice time. They need to get in there.
Well, add Esslinger onto that list here of assists on that goal for Brock Jones' first of the year. Esslinger gets one as well here in the second period. Well, right before that goal, I was talking about 2015, where Minot High won the state title under the direction of John Grubb and Jason Bennett, who took over for Chad Burkhart. And what a fun season that was. That banner still hangs here inside the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena for what they did that year, winning the state title, their first and second ever since 1992. Here comes Heider. He's into the zone. It's going to be a 2-on-2. Radke back to try to stop it. Puck's going to be freed here for the Magi. Esslinger's going to pick it up here, and Esslinger goes back to Radke. That puck's coughed up, goes back down to Deal. Far wall now for Morelli, and Morelli with patience with the puck here, just works it back to Jones up to center. Jones is up over the red line. He's going to dump this one down. It's been so long since I've got to see the Magi play. Help me, I could be wrong here. You see these kids maybe a little more than I do. Jones got rid of the hockey hair, is that right?
I think so. Looks like it, with short style.
I'm going to have to ask him to make sure everything's all right with him. I love that flow that used to come out of the back.
Easy to manage now.
Taken here by Jones, out to Morelli. Oh, big shot on goal. That one off the blocker. Comes back away down to Morelli, brings it back up top. Radke whistles a high riser. That one went over the head of the goaltender Langang. Comes back into the possession here for Esslinger, and Jones goes back in after it. Well, Minot High certainly dominating here in the second, but just as that said, here's the breakout for the Braves, and up to center they come with it. Down into the zone. It's taken by Kyan Johnner, who's got a goal on the year. Taken back away by Radke, and now the top unit for the Magi goes to work. Morelli bats it out of the air. He's into the zone. Fancy stick work. He was checked there at the last moment by Dragson. And now Heider's going to carry back in. He's got the hockey hair. He takes it into the zone. Bradley took it from him. Puck sits over on the far side wall, picked up now by Minot High. They go back to work, trying to clear right into the no man's land through the middle. It's taken away. Beachel took it down, and now the Braves go to work with it. Back up top, far side line. Handled here by Barrett, sent it off the wall. Caromed here to the near wing. Fired towards Strand, and it went wide. Goes back away up to center, where it's going to be regrouped and held here by Dragson. Now he goes back across from Brady Langang, who goes down to the corner. Shuffled off by Bradley, up the wall. Minot High tried to clear. Still tied up in there. Taken now by Bradley, and he's going to spin it back away to the far side wing. Goes up off the boards. Bounces back ahead away. Now it's taken by Radke here. And out to center ice we go, where it's going to be picked up by the Magi. Finley Bentz into the zone. Offsides the call. Minot leads 2-0 with 10:45 left here in the second.
Well, I mean, man, good pressure from them. But Minot, you've got to get better in your own zone. You got to be sharp. Not saying it's all Minot. Mandan has a problem with it too sometimes, but simple passes, 5-10-foot passes are so important. You got to catch them. You got to be ready for them.
Matson trying to chip that one ahead. Goes back away to the far side where Freeman went to work. Picked up here by Panasuk, and Panasuk turns the motor on. He goes there now to Jersey Abrahamson. Look out, the big man got into him. Chance Bryson. And the puck is dumped in here by the Braves. Strand dishes it up off the wall. Minot High's got a 3-on-2 rush the other way. This is Swagstu. He's got Abrahamson in. Abrahamson turns and fires, and Langang hangs onto it. Bennett Langang shuts the door for his 16th save of the hockey game.
It seems like he's had more saves than that, but it was just that first couple minutes, Minot was all over him. And think of the times we've missed the net tonight. There's been a lot of missed opportunities, blocked, which is good. Mandan wants to get in those shooting lanes, so that's good for them. But Minot, you got to find a way. If a puck is if you have a guy in your lane, sometimes it's not a bad idea just to throw it off the back boards, to 5-10 feet to the side of the net. They do it all the time at higher levels.
Panasuk off the wall, sends it in. Knocked away there. Braves trying to clear their own end. Minot High holding up the line on the far side. Freeman was there to put the brick wall up, and now it comes out to center again, where George has it, and George will send it down. Well, you talk about goaltenders in the West region, and one that comes to mind immediately is Bennett Langang for Mandan. We saw what he did towards the end of the year last year. Into tournament time, he became one of the tops inside of the West region. Already here in his junior campaign, as that one went through his goal paint, and then taken back with some real estate now by the Braves. Already this year, Matt, he's got 3-0 with a .9 goals against average coming in and a 96% save percentage. Don't mind numbers like that. He's seen 81 shots on goal. He's given up 78 coming into tonight.
Pretty good stats. It's early in the year. I mean, Mandan, he's going to see 35 to 40 shots every game. Sometimes more. You play an Eastern team. If you're a goaltender, that's what you want. That's why they're good. They improve. They get so many shots. That's if you're a goalie, you love that.
Out to center, the puck comes here. Toby Strand has played into half a game on the season on the other end. here tonight. Strand coming in, fighting for that #1 spot. He's given up a goal on the year on 9 shots. That's a 2 goals against average for him. Schuster's out in front, sent it towards the net. Hit traffic there, and it's going to be freed now by the Braves, who push back up to center. Radke from center in on Langgang, leaves that one out in front. Strand sits on an 88.9% save percentage coming into the showdown tonight between the 2-0 Magi and 4-0 Braves. Puck taken by Hyder, back up top. Here's a drive, top shelf, all from the top of the circle. Wide open look at the net and firing it home. Cameron Beaver has his 2nd of the year.
Well, it's a nice shot. You see the problem in Minot's defensive zone. You don't knock it down the wall and sloppy play. And we talk about making those defensive mistakes leads to a goal for Mandan. That's a nice shot. He's in the slot. You fault Strand there. Yeah, you just, good shot, pick the corner. Now you got a game now.
Got ourselves a little bit of a showdown brewing here tonight. Hasn't had that good old school Minot Mandan feel to it tonight. It hasn't seemed like that extra communication after every play and the extra hits and all the fun stuff that usually comes with these. Here, let's listen in real quick to Duffy Dolbeck. Johnner and Hyder are in on the assist there. Even strength tally. So 34. Johnner's the other one in on as Langeg sends that one to the side. (34 and 23) if you're keeping track at home. Morelli's underneath the net. Works out of Gretzky's office here. Onto his backhand, wheels it up top. Shuffles it across, drops it in for Madsen, sends it towards the net. Oh, nice play there. Jones tried to tip it out in front. Langgang got a handle on it. Comes back up now here to Bradley. He's going to send it in. That one lifted off the stick and hit the glass. Down in deep now. Jones goes to work there. Chipped up off the glass. Madsen at the line, holds nicely, goes off of Jones. Taken there, wrapped around the wall, comes all the way to the far side off of Cameron Beaver. Down it comes. Bradley's probably going to get there in time. No, he's not. They're going to wave that off. Eric Steele thought maybe Bradley could have turned the motor on. Looked like Bradley was going pretty good to me. Down to the corner it comes. Underneath. Helmet comes off of number 27 for the Magi. That's Carter Coleman, so the play immediately comes to a halt. Well, other games tonight inside of North Dakota high school hockey. Only one other game being played tonight, and it's Bismarck High at Jamestown. That's a big one tonight as Jamestown and Bismarck High come together in a showdown that features 2 familiar rivals inside of the West region. Jamestown, after their first region championship since 1995 last year, look to see if they can get back to the top spot in the West region. Some other favorites coming into the year, however, Minot being one of those teams. Legacy was the team predicted at the top of the list, Matt. Legacy got beat by Mandan earlier on this year. That game in overtime down at the Starry and Ice Complex. You know, Mario Lamoureux and his crew are going to be there when it's all said and done at the end of the year. They've got some talented kids down there. Beasley leading all players in the West region right now, the sophomore for Legacy. Beasley's got 14 points already on the year, Matt, coming in 6 games on the season. Not too bad for him.
Oh, it's a good start.
Through center it comes. Puck's taken away here by the Braves now. They're going to set up shop back in their own territory. Fired up through neutral, off for Radke. Here comes Radke, the D-man. He'll skate it down. Radke turns and fires. That one goes up and into the protective mesh. And a stop of the play with 6 on the dot to play here in the second.
Well, it's at this kind of period's a little bit like the first period. There's still some back and forth play. There's still some, missed opportunities, some bad passing. But I mean, it's, who's going to take the advantage of these opportunities? Seems like Minot's controlled the play for the most part.
65th matchup all time here. This one's going to be tucked to the side of the net. Swings to, says it's in the net. It is. He scored. Swangstu on the doorstep. Knock, knock, knocking. Langang said he had it covered. Swangstu says, I put that one in. And Minot leads by a score of 3-1. Was it Pickard or Swangstu? I thought it was Swangstu. Make it Pickard rather, Matt. Either way, Minot leads 3-1.
Can't be picky at this point, but it just must have snuck in that short side. Casey Lang, the referee, was standing right there.
Conversation over at the Mandan bench now as Casey Lang and Eric Steele are going to go over and have a conversation with the new head coaches, Matt Winkle and Marshall Cheetah. That conversation continues as the co-head coaches plead their case over on the far side. Anything happen out of a conversation like that?
Well, I don't know. They usually don't change their call, so it's probably just they have to go over and calm him down and say, listen, it was a goal. He was standing right behind the net.
5:48, the time of the tally. We'll wait for the official call from Duffy Dobeck. I believe it was Swangstu that was there, the one that was knocking at it.
That's what I thought.
Pickard was the first one out of the pile to celebrate at the Minot High bench. Nevertheless, Minot High leads 3-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Here's Duffy Dobeck. Well, they give it to Pickard. Pickard from Abrahamson. Minot High with a 2-goal lead. Jones in after it, down and deep. Minot High student section lively tonight as well. They've got uniforms or jerseys on here tonight. Puck's going to come all the way back into the neutral ice zone where Freeman took it. Sent it up through neutral. Morelli's got it there only for a moment. Now Bradley, and here comes Jackson Bradley. He's got Morelli with him. Offsides is the call. Then Bradley shot one towards the net after the play, and Mandan thought maybe there could have been a call on Jackson Bradley.
Well, either way, you got to stay on sides. You have an opportunity for a 2-on-1. You can't go off sides on those. It's like going off sides on the power play. You can't do that. You're taking your momentum away. Those are just common mental mistakes.
Once again tonight, 65th all-time matchup in program history for Minot and for Mandan. Minot has dominated this rivalry throughout time. Look at that. Panasuk had his stick broken off the draw there, and that will bring some volume into the Mesa Arena. Minot owning this series at 53 wins, 9 losses, and 2 ties all time. You go back over the last, well, all the way back to 2010, and Minot High at home has fared fairly well against Mandan on their home ice. They've gone 8-4 on their home ice, so it's scoring Mandan 58-28. They haven't been beaten in Mandan at either the Mandan All Seasons Arena or at the Starion Ice Complex in that time. 11-0 for the Magi on the road, taking on the Braves. They've outscored Mandan on Mandan's home ice 75-16 since 2010.
Pretty solid Mandan.
Big numbers there from Minot High when they travel. Here's a call coming now, and the penalty will be charged on the Magi. I believe to the box here for the Magicians will be Finley Bentz, and it will be, and Bentz is going to sit for 2 minutes. The call comes here. It is a hooking. 4 on the dot to play in the second.
Well, either way, he's got to kill it off. It's not, we're going to get penalties. Sometimes you get those penalties just being a little overly aggressive. I don't think it was anything, but Casey calls a good game. He's pretty fair. He's been a ref a long time.
Up top, point to point for the Braves. They go back over to the far side, taken here by Kyan Johnner. Cross from Helbling, walking in. Heider fire save, rebound. That one loose in front. Puck is going to be taken into the circle. Then Bradley takes the 9-iron after it and sends it all the way down the ice surface. Well, the student section letting Toby Strand know he's appreciated here tonight, the Minot High net keeper. Mandan on the power play for the next minute 25. Taken away here by the Magi. They launch all the way down again. And Langang's out of the net to play it there. Langang leaves it aside the cage where it's handled down by Kyan Johnner. No hider. Picked off there by Esslinger. Dumped down. This will be an icing here on the Braves, and that icing brought to you in part by our friends at Prestwich Orthodontics. They specialize in braces and Invisalign for all ages. They offer free consultations and financing options that make it easy to take your smile to the next level. Call 852-2646 or visit minotbraces.com today to get started with your free virtual consultation. It's Prestwich Orthodontics. You ever lose any teeth playing hockey in your days?
No, I was lucky. Wore a mouth guard most of the times, but hit in the face a few times, but no loss of teeth.
I was playing in a men's league game one time when I was out in New York. I was skating forward of all things. It was worth the price of admission, Matt, let me tell you. C-League men's out in Elmira, New York.
I'd like to have seen that.
Yeah, that was when I was calling games in the ECHL. I had plenty of goals that year. I could fire it, but I just can't really skate. I was a goalie, of course. Puck is loose out in front. Take it here, back up top. Braves are going to work it away to the far side. Offsides, and a late offsides call coming here as it's pushed back out to center. Esslinger's got it now, and Esslinger dances in. Puck's taken away there, and it's picked up by Tate Olson. Nice play from Morelli. The forecheck is going to cause the turnover. Back to the point. Madsen's got it, sends it down. Here's Morelli underneath the net. Here on the kill for the next 7 seconds. He'll tie it up in deep and just shuffle it along the wall. Anyway, off of a face-off, a guy just straight up tomahawked me from the bottom up top and about took my right eyeball out. I still have a scar over here from it. That was the last time I ever played forward in a men's league hockey game. I thought, this really isn't for me.
Stick to goaltending.
Yeah, stick to goaltending. Put the strips on it. I came back like a true hockey guy, of course. Out to center it comes again here for the Braves. That's a true story, by the way. Got the scar to prove it. Bradley's got it underneath his own net. Goes over to the far side. Panasuk couldn't get a handle on it. We're down to a minute 20 remaining here in the second period. We skate 5-on-5 and the Magi with Pickard. Start their rush to center now with Panasuk. Panasuk turns it into the zone. Braves with possession here. Forecheck heavy again from on it high. Free for Jones. Back over. Pickard down to the corner. And Pickard's got it down in deep. Pickard back out. Panasuk turns and fires all. Big stop from Langang. He's been sharp here tonight. Shot number 19 officially on the board, and Langang's got another one. Panasuk tried to pick the high corner on the blocker side, but Bennett Langang said not so quick.
He's making some good saves. Mine's had some good pressure. We just got to tune things up on our own end where we're kind of giving the puck away and you're trying to clear it. I mean, the worst case in your own zone is an icing. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that ice it every time, but when you're under pressure, you've got to clear it off the glass or hard off the boards, and we're throwing it up the wall and nobody's there.
40 seconds to play in the second. Don't forget to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. Our mission is promoting local athletes. You can help us do that by hitting the subscribe button on YouTube. Like and follow us on all social media platforms. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. PSP Network, where it's always game day. All right, kids, count them down. It's time. 15 seconds of the period. Down to 14, down 13 out front. Esslinger had it there on the backhand. Esslinger works it back over to the far side. 7 seconds of the period. Up top, one more chance. Here's Deal. He'll fire. Save, pad, save, rebound shot. Oh, Morelli sent it high over the net. Opportunity at the end of the period was there. And Minot High comes out of period number 2 with a 2-goal lead. They lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard by a score of 3-1. Well, let's head to our Premier Chiropractic intermission report. The Magi are on top of this one, 3-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you have the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Here we go, where they get it into Doppler up the near side. 3, 2 second, 1 second. Doppler rises, right wing, 3, bingo! Ho-ho! Anthony Doppler wins it at the buzzer! Ho-ho-ho! Are you kidding me? He turns, he fires, and he buries it!
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Second intermission Has begun as the ice is being resurfaced here at the Pepsi Rink at the Mesa Arena here in Minot, North Dakota. Nick Hulberg alongside of Matt Morelli for the call here tonight. This is our Premier Chiropractic intermission report. Premier Chiropractic focused on improving the overall health of Minot and the surrounding areas with the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. You can find Dr. Kirk Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, and Dr. Becky Perry Domries at premierchiropracticnd.com. 3-1 Minot High on top. And take a look at those standings inside the West region. Update from Bismarck and Jamestown here tonight. The Blue Jays currently number 3 inside the conference. They lead Bismarck 4-0 in that hockey game, thanks to Bob Gillen from North Dakota High School Hockey.com for the update. Bob, 23 plus years. What is it? 24 for Bob, 25 years as the state statistician for North Dakota High School Hockey. He compiles all those standings, the stats, schedules, you name it. Big thanks to Bob Gillen for what he does throughout the season. A lot of hours for Mr. Bob Gillen each and every year. North Dakota High School Hockey.com. Again, those standings, and a look at the standings inside the West region coming into tonight's showdown. Don't forget, we've got more action coming your way on the PSP Network coming up this week. A busy week still ahead. Tomorrow night, #1 ranked team in North Dakota for high school basketball, the Magi from Minot High. They're at home against Dickinson. Alex Dvorak and the Dickinson Midgets look to avenge a loss against the Century Patriots the other night. They come to Minot tomorrow for a matchup. That game scheduled for 7:30. I'll have the call with former Miss Basketball Holly Johnson tomorrow night. Game time 7:30. Pre-game scheduled for 7 o'clock. Dickinson High Hockey comes to Minot coming up on Saturday. That's a 3:45 matchup on the PSP Network. Hope you join us for that one, as well as Dallas Kuntz's team comes to the Magic City to take on the Magi at North Dakota High School Hockey. That matchup again at 3:45. We'll go live with our Shields pregame show at 3:15. Well, the ice is being resurfaced here in the Magic City tonight. We'll take a break. We'll come back and take a look at our second period stats and get you caught up in this one after the Magi led 1-0 at the end of one. They lead 3-1 at the end of two. Anything could happen in the final 17 minutes. Should be entertaining. We'll come back and tell you how the Magi mustered up a 3-1 lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Every 10 minutes, 3 people in the United States will die from a preventable incident. More people are dying on our roadways and in their homes than ever before, but that's where the North Dakota Safety Council can help. Safety is our mission, from the workplace to any place. We're a private nonprofit that offers more than 150 training courses that are dynamic, hands-on, and effective. From CPR and first aid to driver safety and even workplace violence preparedness, we want to make sure your loved ones come home safe each night. Go to ndsc.org to see how together we can make a difference.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right, 40 power? No. Don't want that one either? All right, go kick off. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on. First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right, 40 power? No. Don't want that one either? All right, go kick off. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on. First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
True, the school song blares on here at the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. So many memories of that song for so many people inside this building here tonight as the Magi and Braves from Mandan sit in a 3-1 hockey tilt in the WDA here tonight. Nick Hulberg alongside of Matt Morelli on the call here tonight. Matt, let's start with Mandan here. Any major corrections that you see the Braves looking to make as they talk with their head coaches, Matt Winkle and Marshall Cheetah, here in between the second and third tonight?
I think you're Mandan. You just have to continue, stay with your game. They probably need more shots. I would tell them fire it from anywhere, but they've got to start getting more pressure on Strand. They haven't had a lot of quality shots. They've had a few close calls. That third goal, hard to tell. I mean, you can't let that bother you. It's over with now. If you're Mandan, coach is going to tell them, say, hey, regroup. We got 17 minutes. We know they can score. So it's like, don't get down. You don't have to get all, two of them are quick ones. Just get one at a time. And like if you're Minot, you say, it was a decent period. There's still lots of time, but Minot keep pouring the shots on goal. They're throwing a lot of shots on the Mandan goaltender. He's made some good saves. Minot's missed some opportunities. I think we still could be shooting the puck more. And in worst case, it's a rebound for someone else. But sometimes guys they want to make that extra move or try to beat. Most of the times on the higher level, you're not going to beat 2 or 3 guys. If you beat the first guy, there's probably someone open. So find that trailer, find the open player. I think some of our guys, they try to do too many things, and that's not a bad thing. You want to be active, involved, and you want the puck, but you've got to know when to dish it off. You got to know when to get rid of it. Maybe chip it in the corner. Turn the puck over just inside Mandan's blue line isn't what the coaches want to see. Just simple plays, chip it down, make those Mandan defensemen work harder. They're going to start to wear down. They're going to have to use some of their go-to guys because you're down to 1 period. When you're down 2, you have to press a little bit. Minot's got a full bench. They're rested. I think Coach Bennett, Coach Grubb, those guys, they want to get that fourth line out there. They want those guys, because that's how you get experience. And those guys, they want to be in the game too. So I think it's going to come down to, make the smart plays, stay out of the box. We had that pretty good that second period. I thought it was better for Minot, but don't get into penalty trouble against Mandan. It just disrupts everything. It breaks up the flow of the lines. You got guys that have to kill that maybe don't want to, or necessarily don't want to, but then does their line come back out? You've got 2 guys out, 1 guy sitting. So make the smart plays. You don't have to do anything fancy. Just think, let's get the points. Let's think we've got another game Saturday. There's no reason to use everybody. Put it that way.
17 minutes away from the end of this one here tonight. You see the Magi coming back to the ice surface. Other games this week, Matt, on that note, West Fargo's at Cheyenne on Friday night. Kitson Central's at Grafton Park River tomorrow. Bismarck Century goes to Dickinson, 7:15 tomorrow. Fargo North is at Devil's Lake, and Legacy travels to Hayes and Beulah. Saturday, you've got Legacy at Grand Forks Red River. That could be a good one in Grand Forks. Legacy got a win over Fargo Davies already on the season. Legacy looking to see if they could get another victory coming up on the road. Dickinson's at Minot at 3:45. We'll have coverage of that one. Jamestown travels to Williston to take on the Coyotes, and Mayville Portland takes on Hayes and Beulah on Saturday afternoon. Matt, if I can have me that sheet right behind you here, we'll take a look at our recap of the second period of play here on the PSP Network. Here's a full game recap. Brought to you by our friends at Prestwich Orthodontics. They specialize in braces and Invisalign for all ages. Call 852-2646 or visit MinotBraces.com. It's Prestwich Orthodontics. Minot High got the scoring started in the first period at 6:40 of the period. Finley Bent's first ever as a Magi was assisted by Jackson Radke and Aiden Deal. That's where we sat at the end of 1-0 at the end of 1. In the second 3:49 mark, it was Brock Jones from Kelton Esslinger and Jackson Radke on the score sheet again. Mandan then got on the board at 8:18. Beaver from Hyder and Johnner. That made it 2-1. Then Minot High added their third. Briggs Pickard's first of the year from Jersey. Abrahamson brings us to a score of 3-1, and it's time for our third period of play here on the PSP Network. Again, Nick Hulberg alongside of Matt Morelli on the call here tonight. Big thank you to Andrew Woodbeck running the camera tonight for the PSP Network. Little Woody, we call him. He's here tonight doing a fantastic job as always. Thanks for being here, Mr. Woodbeck. 20 seconds into the third period of play tonight. Minot High's in white. Mandan's in black if you're just joining us here this evening. Strands in the goal paint on the right side. You've got Langang in the goal paint on the left as the Braves work this puck back up to center ice. It's taken here into the offensive zone here by Mandan. They're going to carry it down into Minot High territory. Puck is going to be taken up top. Now on to center ice it comes, rolling down. Will it get to the end line? It will. And an icing charged on the play. That icing brought to you by our friend Mason Kramer. Mason Kramer for senior portraits or game action shots. It's Mason Kramer Photography here in the Magic City. Want to thank him for a job well done as always. Want to thank our friends at the UPS store as well, located on South Broadway in Minot. They're open 8:30 to 7. Saturdays 8:30 to 3. The UPS store located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. Out to center from the Braves, taken off the wall from Esslinger. Puck comes back into the possession of Mandan here with some real estate. That was Mason Brew. Sent it up into the possession of Morelli. Got it to Esslinger, chips it down into the corner. Now Morelli's got real estate. Back up top for Deal. Shuffling backwards. Drifts it down into the corner. Comes away here. Quick drive on goal. Esslinger put that one off the stick of the goaltender Langang. Here's the captain of the Magi, Esslinger. Sent it out front. Came to Morelli. Just couldn't pull the trigger on that one. And it's sent right back in here by the Braves as they dump it down from Kyan Johnner. Fun to see some of the second generation players come through the Magi program. This is one of them right here in Esslinger. Sent it out front for Jones. Oh, went into the glove of Langang. He had it for just a moment, and then it went down into the corner. Puck's going to be picked up here by Trinity Anderson. And Anderson's going to try to clear it out to neutral. He does. Has the help of Hyder. Goes back away to Brock Jones. Jones hits the brakes. Jones on the near side, bouncing puck. This is Deal with possession now. Remember watching Mike Esslinger play back in the day at all?
Mainly for Minot State. I coached him when I was helping Minot State one year. He was a Beaver.
Mike was a big piece of the early 90s of the Minot High program. Went on to play for the Beavers. Has had quite the career of officiating as well, reffing plenty of the University of North Dakota games in the WCHA and the NCHA. Puck's taken by Radke here. He's going to move it away to the far side. Here come the Magi. The tic-tac-toe breakout goes off the tape there of Eli Hansen down in front of us here. Dumped down by the Braves, and we've got another icing on our hands here with 14:22 remaining in the third period. Minot leads 3-1. Shots on goal 21-15. Minot High owns that category tonight as well.
You talk about referees. Minot's had a lot of good referees in the past. Mike Esslinger, Nathan Freeman. There's been a lot of guys that have Mike Schmidt and those guys, Thor, that have moved on up, and it's just been a feeder. They've always had a good group of young guys coming up to be referees.
Wonder what that is, why that has become that way. Maybe some of the success of guys like Mike Schmidt and Thor Nelson in the earlier days, maybe propelling some of the younger guys into that career path. Thor Nelson from the Magic City. He played for the Magi. That was about your timeline, wasn't it?
Yep, Thor was a couple years younger than me.
Thor ended up officiating in the Winter Olympics back at Nagano back in 96 or 98. Forgive me, I'm not exactly sure what year it was. I believe it was 98 that the Winter Olympics took place that year. Puck sent in by the Magi back in behind Lange. Worked around here by the Braves. They're underneath their own goal. They send it to the near side. Puck was coughed up. Comes to Finley Bentz. Bentz is sandwiched there. The puck is freed down by the Braves. They go to center. Trinity Anderson. And Anderson sends it in just wide of Strand on the glove side. 13:20 to play in the third. Stick around tonight for our Shots, Crossroads, and Planning Team Financial Advisors post-game show. We'll have tonight's MVP of the contest. We'll have Coach's comments. We'll have our move of the game. Delayed call coming here now on Mandan. As Strands out of the net, Minot High with the extra attacker. Puck is touched there by the Braves, and Mason Brew touches up. The hooking will be charged here. I believe it's going to be on Beachel. And Beachel's going to make his way to the sin bin, and the power play comes back up for Minot High. And the Magicians now will end up with power play number 3 of this hockey game. Power play number 2, I'm sorry, excuse me. Second power play for Minot High. They have not scored on the man advantage yet here tonight. Puck one back to Bradley. Bradley's going to fire from the line. He shoots and scores. Jackson Bradley power play goal found its way through. It had eyes, and Bradley's got his first goal of the season, point number 3.
Well, either way, when you're on the power play, you want shots from the point. It kind of starts from the back of the point. You need to put them on net, have the guy forwards crash in the net, hit the net. Good things can happen. I don't think the goalie saw it, but either way, you're mine. You take it. When you can get a goal right away, quick one like that on the power play, you'll take it, especially when you're in kind of a tight game.
Bradley will get the power play goal. We're waiting on the official assist coming here. They deliver them into the scorekeeping group here at the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Duffy Novak will have the call in just a moment. It's going to be Bradley's first of the year. Turnover there from Radke, and into the zone it comes now here for Logan Renner. Renner tried to fire it out front. Radke's got it back. Up off the glass it goes. Here's Eli Hansen. Offsides the call.
Number 9, Jackson Bradley. An assist for goal goes to number 19, Ben Swanson. That's
9 from 19, and Swangstu's got himself another point after a 3-point night at Bismarck on Tuesday. A hat trick against the Century Patriots in a 4-1 win. He's got an assist here tonight, and he's got Minot High with the help of Jackson Bradley up 4-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. BNC locations throughout North Dakota and Arizona. BNC Bank provides you with banking and wealth management services for your business and family. Visit BNC Bank online today at bnc.bank. Bradley's a player that is one of the bigger inside of the West region. Led Minot High in the assist column last year. He had 20 assists last season as a junior. An all-West region player a year ago. And when he puts some points on the board, you know, Minot High's moving in the right direction. They really will lean on him this year, not only to do his job as a stay-at-home defenseman, but also to kind of quarterback that power play and be in on some of the offensive production as well. Nice to see him get going on the home ice.
For sure. You need your veterans to come through in these big games. They're going to see a lot of ice time. You want them in the play.
Swangstu delivers in. Abrahamson, second generation Magi right there. Abrahamson went down on the play. It was Swangstu that fired towards the net. Comes back away down to Panasuk. He's another second generation guy as well. I actually played hockey growing up with his uncle Cody. Not sure if he's watching tonight or not, but he was a defenseman back at my time playing youth hockey growing up, but all the way through our high school days. Puck's on the near side wall. Up to center it comes off of Bradley here. Couldn't make that comment without getting a little jab in probably. I don't think he ever scored on me in practice, if I'm not mistaken. I thought I'd just mention that. Probably fell off the couch if he is watching right about now. Up to center it comes down for Hyder. He's going to skate into the zone. Hyder met by Bradley and Brock Madsen, and Madsen shuts the door again. Up to center we go now here for Brock Jones. He's over center. He'll send it in. Langgang out to play it. Couldn't get a handle on it. Morelli's got it. He shoots and scores. Mackley Morelli, the sophomore, has another one. And the Magicians lead 5-1 on Mac Morelli's third goal of the year.
Well, good things happen when you put him on net. That's kind of a bad break for the Mandan goalie. He went back there to play it and kind of snuck by him. Good play by Minot. You dump it in hard. I mean, make the goalie handle it. A lot of goalies aren't comfortable going back there and stopping the puck. I mean, I know the Minot goalies don't do it very often. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not a goalie, but if you're a coach, you want them to play the puck. I do. I like when goalies come out and play the puck. It's like another defenseman back there. But a lot of goalies they just don't handle it. They don't handle it well. You got to be able to stick handle and move it. And you're shooting it up. You're playing it up to your defenseman if you can. You see a lot of times teams dump it in on the goaltender, and the offensive team makes a change, and they fire it up ice, and that's how goalies get assists. They move it up quick, but you also got to be able to conference to do that. Where a lot of goalies, they get nervous back there. They don't want anything to do with the puck.
Well, Bennett Langang, who's been stellar on the season, has himself a spot in the tunnel right now as he's been sent to the tunnel, and in comes Couchman.
Number 21,
Morelli's unassisted goal for the Magi here in the third period has Minot up by 4. And now Dominic Couchman, the junior netminder, has played in one game here in his junior season with an 86% save percentage and a 3 goals against average. Sees his first shot go off the waffle board and over to the far side wing. I don't think Langang's played bad here tonight by any means. That was kind of one of those fluky ones, but change in tempo. Maybe Morelli's right back in. Sends it upstairs. Oh, that one off the catching mitt. Just missed the top corner. 9:50 to tick away here in the third period. Minot High's buzzing now as Radke's back in. Radke trying to put it up towards the glove side. Couchman made the stop. Up to Freeman at the line. Jimmy Shanks there, goes back over to Morelli. He was stick checked on the play there by Mason Brew. Morelli's got the hit at center, comes back away down to Esslinger, and Esslinger's gonna skate it into the zone. This is a 2-on-5 back in, waiting for trailers. Now Esslinger just sends it down to the corner. Picked up here over by Brady Langang. Schuster was there to help out, comes to the point. Bounced in, taken up top again. This is Deal. Down it comes down to Finley Bentz. He'll be in our conversation tonight for one of our players of the game here this evening. Bentz with his first career goal as a Magi has a chance for a second. Tried to fire it in. Nice defensive stop. Dalton Fleck got in the way and had the stick check there. Puck's underneath the goal line now. It's worked away to the near side. Correct me, that was Brady Langang that made the stick check on that play.
The physical play has really picked up in the last couple of minutes.
Well, it seems like that rivalry's starting to come back alive just a bit. That's what we expected here tonight. That's what I expect every night when Minot and Mandan get together. It just seems to be that way.
Well, as you would say, prison rules.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Nothing wrong with a little prison rules for high school hockey once in a while. Puck's here on the near side wall. They had a stop of the play there.
Well, it is a contact sport. You like to see physical play, just know when to lay off. When you're going in to make a body check, you only have so many seconds after before they'll call you for something. Most of the time it's interference. But just settle your emotions down. You don't need to get crazy. Just be smart. You got Minot's got the lead. Play aggressive. Just don't do anything that is going to put your team shorthanded.
Bradley tried to poke it up the wall. Went to Swagstu. Swagstu turns with it. Comes right on in front. Bradley can't get a handle on it. Braves have possession again at the point. They're going to send it down. Swagstu's got it again here. Swagstu for the Magi on the season after his assist of this hockey game has 7 points on the year. The almost 3 games that are complete now for the Magi. 7:44 away from this one being done. Anasock races down after it. That will be an icing. And that icing brought to you by our friends tonight at Hub International Insurance. Hub International Insurance. It's where you can find Josh Cattell or Michael Borman. Give them a call today for your personal and business insurance needs. Hub is the leading North American insurance brokerage. It's Hub International Insurance. Off the draw, Braves have possession here. They're not going to lay down and die. That just isn't a mentality of a Mandan team in anything. Certainly not in the sport of hockey here tonight. 7:25 left in this one. Here's a drive that was tipped out in front, then it goes away to the far side off the carom. Minot trying to clear the zone with Eli Hansen. Taken and dumped in. Oh, Hansen was tattooed on the near side. Getting the arm of the way there was Drangson. Back we go now for the Magi with Manson. 7 minutes to play here in the third period. Magi are up by 4 here on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. It's 5-1. This one comes down, another icing here with 6:50 to play here in this third period of play.
Well, I think after Minot got that 4th or 5th goal, it kind of ignited everybody, especially Minot. There's a lot more physical. It always feels good when you play Mandan, but just keep things under control. You don't need it. Don't let the emotions get the best of you. Just keep playing hard. You're in control of the game. You don't need to get crazy. You got another game in 2 days.
Puck's taken here by the Braves. They're up to center with it. They're going to take it down. Tate Olson drops it in. Esslinger's back behind his own net. Sent down in front. Nobody there. Back up top. Here's a drive off the end boards. That one into Strand. He'll hang on to it. No, he actually didn't. It came loose and then tried to tap it into the empty net there. Missed the number on it, but Minot High's captain Esslinger certainly didn't like that, as that puck was shot towards the yawning goal mouth there by number 17. That was 37 rather. That's Carson Jors. One of those situations in hockey that you just don't tap the puck into an empty net unless you want to get a little face full of glove usually.
Well, there's certain things in hockey, your unwritten rules you just don't do around the other team's goalie. Otherwise, you're gonna have somebody, usually somebody from the other team is going to come over and visit with you, and it's not going to be good.
Face off on Toby Strand's blocker side. Off the draw, the Magi moved it out to center, then it was moved right back in by the Braves, and back in after it here for Minot High. Over the far corner was Freeman. Freeman looking for his first point here in his senior campaign. Swagstew's in. Swagstew walks, fires. That one stopped by Couchman. Comes back up to Freeman. Sends it down into the corner. Goes down low here. 1-for-2 scrum. Minot's got a trailer in to help out. That's Finley Benson after it. Final 6 minutes to play here in the third period. How good was Shots Crossroads the other day when we went there?
It was fantastic.
I could not believe that you got the dinner salad. That was just, it looked delicious.
Don't tell anyone.
Don't get me wrong, that looked great. However, 2 eggs with hash browns and toast, a little cheese on the hash browns. I didn't get banana cream pie though. I don't know if something was wrong with me or what.
I was kind of shocked.
Jeans don't quite fit the way they're supposed to. Got to take it easy on that every now and then. Shots Crossroads brings you the post-game show here tonight with our friends at Planning Team Financial Advisors.
Or you could just wear sweatpants.
Yeah, you could do that too. Out to center ice it comes now. Benz has it here, moves it up to Hansen. Minot High's going to need a change as Hansen skates it into the zone. Down to the corner it came there from Brady Helbling. These West Region showdowns early on in the season. Most coaches inside the league will tell you that it's all about improvement throughout the year and how you play come tournament time. But for me, when I look at it, every point is on a premium inside of the West Region. With the way that the schedule is developed, how short the season is, and really the amount of talent inside the West Region, you want to win every single game. And right now for the Magi with a 4-1 win over Century in the WDA opener, to 5-1 advantage right now here with 4:41 left in this third period. You'd think their confidence level would have to be pretty high.
I think the main thing is get better every game. You need to see improvement. Work on things. They're going to watch film and say, what do we got to do? How can we be better the next game?
Mitchell tried to put that one forward. He did. Comes back away now. Here to deal. Mitchell had it back for a moment. This is getting just a bit chippy now. Here's the fans are engaged, icing on the play.
Well, you hate to see that. I mean, it's been a pretty good game for the most part. And you got to give Mandan credit. They haven't played that bad. I just think Minot's depth has probably started to wear them down a little bit. They've been rolling 3 lines, sometimes getting that 4th line out there. But it seems like Minot's been getting to the loose pucks a little bit better than Mandan has tonight.
Bradley trying to clear it out. He'll have some help here from his D partner, Andrew Coleman. The junior D-man up to center. This is Schuster. He's got a motor on him. He's into the zone, trying to feed it out in front. Unable to get it to Carter Coleman. Comes back up to the point. Bradley's got it. Sends it just wide. Final 4 minutes to play here in regulation for the home opener tonight for the Magi. That puck's going to be flipped all the way down into Minot High territory. And icing on the play. That icing brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. Northern Plains Heating and Air, 25 years of experience as your heating and air experts. Factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Find them online, northern-plains.com. Student sections engaged. Any idea what they were chanting there? Could it be repeated?
Well, I don't think so. I was trying to figure out what they were saying, but either way, it's hilarious. It's good to see. You can't beat when the students are involved. They love it. This rink is good size. It looks like there's not that many people here, but just because it seats 2,200, 2,300. But you have to admit the people that are here, the students are having a great time.
Talked about those officials earlier on tonight. Some of the best around the state of North Dakota on the ice here tonight. Guys that have some North American League and USHL experience underneath their belts as far as officiating is concerned. And we talked about how no matter what, they were going to get hounded here tonight. Didn't matter by the end of it how great of a job they did. They were going to get the grease put to them a little bit here tonight. We were at a commercial break when the teams came back up for the third period, Matt. And as soon as Jordan Kelly stepped out of the ice surface, one of the linesmen here tonight, that student section just booed him like it was like a Bismarck High, Minot High basketball game is what it felt like here. Those poor guys, they don't catch a break, do they? Up to center it comes down. Braves have it here. Well, you can pick that one up loud and clear. Player down right in front of the Minot High bench and in all sorts of pain over on the far side. That's Chance Bryson grabbing the knee. Oh, you hate to see that. Trinity Sports Medicine here on hand.
You don't want to see anybody get hurt, especially, I don't care what visiting team or home team, especially when it's his knee like that.
He's in tons of pain here. Hate to see it. Hopefully we've got good news for you when we come back. Minot leads 5-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. 2:44 remains here in the third.
We look forward to serving you here at your local community bank.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Well, we come back to the Magic City. Good news, bad news situation there. Chance Bryson is off the ice. He's on his way to the Trinity Sports Medicine training room here at the Pepsi rink. And that didn't look very good for the Mandan forward here tonight, unfortunately.
Well, let's hope he's okay. You don't like to see anybody tossing around in pain over there.
Highs and lows of sports, that's certainly one of the lows right there that you're going to have in your career. When things go that way, you hate to see it. Hopefully he'll be okay. 2:25 left here in regulation tonight. Minot leading 5-1. Shots officially on the board here are 24-17, favoring the Magi as well here tonight. Drive from the line came in from Freeman. That one went wide. Pucks away to the near side wing. Brady Hulberg sends it over to the far side. Back up top, it comes down to Radke. He fires down. Swangstu's got it in the corner. Swangstu thought about maybe the Michigan play there for a moment. Drops it back down low, trying to go to Panasuk. Panasuk in after it. Oh, then Swangstu was hit by Beachel right out in front of the net. Swangstu looking for the call on that play. Puck sent in from the blue line. Strand's got it there, and Strand will hang on to it. Faceoff will come on Toby Strand's blocker side. Plenty of conversations happening after that as Beachel skates back to the bench. And he gave Strand a little sweet chin music as he skated by. This one's not over yet, Matt, with 93 seconds remaining here in regulation. You just hope everybody gets out of here healthy.
You don't want anybody to see anybody get hurt, but if you're the referee, you have to call an obvious chippy play. And there's some dirty, cheap shots. You have to call them. Don't care what the score is.
Puck's handled here now by the Magi. Abrahamson up to center. Well, we didn't get the WDA preview show out on the air here in 22-23. Mandan was a team that I was leaning towards being in the top 4 going towards the state tournament here in 22-23. I don't know that my mind changes on that. I think Mandan might have the ingredients to have a team that is going to be another state tournament bound club and make their way back to that state tournament. Then again, anything can happen. I don't think there's any shoe-ins, maybe the top few inside the conference. Then again, you think about a legacy team, they lost to Mandan on the season, so it's up for grabs at this point early on in the campaign. Mandan 7 tournament appearances all time. They went first in 2000. They did it again in 2001. 2008, 14 and 15 back-to-back years. They went in 19. And they went last year in 2022, taking 5th place at the state tournament. Final minute of play here in regulation. Minot's gone 39 times, by the way. The most inside of the WDA. Bismarck second most with 37, but the Demons have not qualified in the last 2 years. Beachel's got a little more stick work there for Abrahamson, 17 on 17. And now Beachel's going to find himself in the penalty box here. Well, some frustration coming out here for Beachel in tonight's showdown. Strand sends him into the box. 40 seconds to play. I'm old school. You and I have a different mentality, I think, in terms of some of that stuff. At this point for Mandan at 5-1, yeah, you don't want it to make the front page of the Minot Daily or the Bismarck Tribune tomorrow that there was an absolute melee, but a kid like Beachel at this point in the hockey game with a little stick work at the end to say, hey, we're going to have another matchup with you. Remember that we're not going to lay down and die. I don't necessarily love it, but I don't hate it either. And I know that's maybe the unpopular opinion.
It's like a lot of the rivalries inside the West region. Nobody likes each other. They don't like us. We don't like them. But they should just, when it's less than 2 minutes, just send them to the locker room. It's just easier on everybody, I think.
Final 30 seconds to play here in regulation. Shots Crossroads and Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show comes up in just a moment. Shot save, rebound out of front. Oh, Hansen there. Now Schuster, here's a drive. Hansen fired. Oh, they had the opportunity. Shooting gallery down in deep, and Kautzman equal to it. As now it's taken here with the final 10 seconds approaching. All right, kids, count them down for the final time tonight. We're at 8 seconds, now 7, now 6. One more opportunity for the Braves. They work across here in the zone. Taken down with a drive that came up into the protected mesh. It wins. Minot High is going to end up with their first victory on home ice this season. They're going to improve to 3-0 on the year with a victory over the Mandan Braves here tonight. We'll have coaches' interviews coming up. We'll also have our MVP of the contest. We'll have our Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game. We'll have Matt and I's thoughts on this showdown here tonight. Of course, we'll have all the stats for you as well. Final is 5-1 tonight. Minot High takes a victory away from the unbeaten Mandan Braves, who came into the Mesa tonight looking to stay at the top of the ladder in the West region. But Minot High, for time number 54 all time, picks up the victory here tonight. Well, now we're going to keep it here just for a moment, just in case something goofy happens. They're asking Beachel to leave the handshake line. Eric Steele's going to have to come over, give some assistance there. Now Radke's got words. Hang on, it's not done yet. Talk about the old school affair here tonight that we thought it would be. It didn't start developing that way until later in the contest. Now it looks like we'll get everybody out of here safe and sound here tonight. Or will we? I think so. 5-1 the final. Minot takes care of the Mandan Braves tonight. Let's go to our Shots Crossroads and Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Oh, easy, easy. I think I'm good. You got my good side, right? Not too many lights. I don't want to get fried before my time. Oh, it's egg-tastic. You never know what dish you're going to end up in. My dream dish is a 99. It's so popular. Me and a fellow egg tag teaming with some crispy golden hash browns. Have you seen those hash browns? Those guys are shredded. Throw in some diced ham, onions, and melted cheese. Oh, it's a party for your taste buds. Oh, here comes Chevy. Hold on, Chevy. Did you guys get everything that you needed? 99. Here I come. Shots Crossroads. It's an excellent place to eat.
It's time for the Shots Crossroads and Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show. Now for a look at game stats and analysis. Let's go to the postgame show.
WDA Hockey back in full swing. Tonight, Minot High gets a 5-1 win over the Mandan Braves. Welcome into our Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show. Planning Team Financial Advisors at Shots Crossroads, proud supporters of North Dakota high school athletics. Shots Crossroads, home to the famous number 99. You can get fueled up at Shots after the game. Stop in for anything off of that delicious menu that includes the famous number 99. I highly recommend the ham and cheese balls. Yeah, the banana cream pie, anything in between is good, Matt. I'm telling you. Order online, shotscrossroads.com. Team buses are always welcome at Shots Crossroads. Planning Team Financial Advisors at Shots Crossroads bring you the post game, so we'll tell you that whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Alongside of the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, Mr. Matt Morelli, I'm Nick Hulberg. This is our post-game show here tonight. Matt, Your thoughts overall on how this hockey game went down here tonight? It seemed like it was kind of a feeling out affair at the beginning, and then things kind of shaped up for the Magi a little bit here tonight. They really caused some trouble for Mandan as well, finishing 5-1 here tonight.
I think the game, as it wore on for Minot, they probably felt like they were the better team. They're deeper. They started to get more comfortable. I still think there's things they've got to work out in their own zone, but for the most part, they kind of took it to them. I think the shots were if you're getting 25, 30 shots a game, that's a good start. I mean, you're pouring shots on a goalie. He's not going to stop them all. They're going to, unless you really run into a really hot goaltender, you're going to get some by them eventually. And if they're not going in, you just work harder. You step it up. You keep grinding away. You keep getting opportunities. You're putting them on net, getting rebounds, maybe a greasy one here or there. More than likely, things are going to go your way when you're offensive and getting shots on a goaltender. I think for the most part, they had good pressure in the zone. There's a lot of shifts where Mandan had a tough time getting it out. Not that Minot didn't either, but it just seemed like they were longer. The shifts that were in, the offensive shifts were longer for Minot versus Mandan's. You can tell by the shots, but you can't put all the fault on the Mandan goalie. He saw a lot of shots, and there were some good quality shots. We had opportunities where we could have had more. But there was also, I think if you're the Minot coaches, you tell these guys, listen, you guys, you don't have to be fancy all the time. Shooting the puck is a good thing. But, of course, hit the net. I mean, there's times, obviously, guys are open, you need to move it to them. But for the most part, you're driving the net, you got to put them on net. And then you look for rebounds. Trailers, they got to get to the net and find a greasy one, find a rebound. It doesn't matter really how they go in. Those tic-tac goals are great to see. You just don't see them very often.
Tonight, the Magi end up with 5 on the score sheet, Mandan with 1. To me, most impressively probably for the Magi tonight was the depth of the Magicians and the way that they rolled the lines here tonight and had a handful of different guys on the score sheet. We'll go through that scoring in just a moment here as well tonight. But your overall thought on the depth of this Magi team might really be an X factor down the stretch here in 22-23. Is that a fair statement in your mind tonight?
I think so. I think you're getting, like in a lot of these tight games, even though the score didn't show it tonight, you need the guys on your third line, third, fourth lines to chip in and contribute. The top end guys are going to get plenty of ice time, but that third line gets out there. They need to go and grind and bang, check, and be a good, you don't always have to say the third line's your checking line, but just don't give up, don't give anything up. You want to match up. These coaches want to roll everybody. They want to get guys involved in the game, but when those guys get out there, they're anxious. They want to make things happen. They want more ice time too. They think they deserve more ice time, and that's the way it should be, because that makes those guys on the first and second line work even that much harder when your third and fourth line guys are out there playing physical, creating chances, having a good forecheck. It just, down the road, it's going to be so important, especially come that January, February time. You've got another game Saturday night. I think it's Saturday afternoon. There's not a lot of rest time. It's a light skate tomorrow, get your rest, and it's back at it for another West Region game. And you're at home, you got to win those games. The home games you have to win. You're not going to going on the road is tough. I know a lot of these road trips aren't that far, but still, it's a bus ride. It's going, traveling, leaving early. When it's home games, that's a piece of cake. You come here, you watch the JV, you loosen up a little bit. It's not any bus time. So take care of business. I don't think next week is as bad, but you got the third game now coming up in 4 days or five days. Let's get the win and start getting the points. The points are important.
Dickinson, Minot High, Saturday, that game you talk about, 3:45. We'll have it right here on the PSP Network, starting with the pregame show at 3:15 here on Saturday afternoon. Take a look at Brock Madsen on the screen right there. Player that played pretty good tonight for the Magi. He, along with that defensive core, that was a question mark coming back in the goaltending category for Minot High coming into this year, knowing that the defense was going to be pretty solid and sturdy Overall, Minot High is only allowed on average 18 shots per night, right where they were here tonight against that they've allowed to give up here tonight. And that can't be overlooked either, moving down the stretch with how well defensively the Magi have played. It's some of those little things, like you mentioned, the zone exits and, the little things of making that decision in a quick hurry of where to get the puck out of the zone and not right up the middle sometimes is the one where probably Jason Bennett will lose the rest of his hair by the time this season could be said and done unless they figure that out.
Well, yeah, and that's okay. I mean, these guys are going to make mistakes. They're human, but it's getting, being consistent. You know what you're doing wrong. You need to correct it, address it, correct it. There's always an open player. It's the most dangerous guy in hockey are the ones that don't have the puck. But making a quick play, just a 5, 6, 7, 8 foot pass, but they're also, when you're the open guy, you've got to expect it. When you're in hockey, you've got to expect the puck all the time. If you're not, you're not ready. You shouldn't be out there. So the thing is, we've said all along, Minot's going to have to tighten up on defense. I don't know how we do in a shootout. We haven't really had a high-scoring game where both teams have scored 4, 5, 6 goals. But if you're Minot, you got to be happy with so far. You've had a couple one-goal games, or a one-goal game, I think, and 2-2s. So their goals against is pretty good. So now it's just take care of a few little things. You work on that. Like you always say, every game, you got to get better at something.
Sure, appreciate your time as always here tonight. Fun one with you on the PSP Network. Happy to see you. I've had that had that hat for you for a while. I'm glad I finally got to get it to you. You look great in it, by the way. I just want to tell you.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the stats and the recap on the score sheet here tonight of the showdown. We'll also have our move of the game and our MVP of the contest. Jobbers Moving and Storage brings you the move. Sport Clips brings you the MVP. We'll do that when we come back here to the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Minot wins tonight 5-1 in their home opener for North Dakota High School hockey here on the PSP Network.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan, whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan, or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of Finrun SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a Sport Clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
Oh, easy, easy. I think I'm good. You got my good side, right? Not too many lights. I don't want to get fried before my time. Oh, it's egg-tastic. You never know what dish you're going to end up in. My dream dish is a 99. It's so popular. Me and a fellow egg tag teaming with some crispy golden hash browns. Have you seen those hash browns? Those guys are shredded. Throw in some diced ham, onions, and melted cheese. Oh, it's a party for your taste buds. Oh, here comes Chevy. Hold on, Chevy. Did you guys get everything that you needed? 99. Here I come. Shots Crossroads. It's an excellent place to eat.
Well, the 65th all-time matchup between Minot and Mandan belongs to the Magicians for the 54th time with a 5-1 win tonight on their home ice here at the Mesa Arena Pepsi Rink. Welcome back into our Shots Crossroads Planning Team Financial Advisors post-game show. I'm Dick Hulberg, here to wrap this one up tonight. Let's start our final segment here with a scoring recap of the showdown here tonight. Minot High got on the board first. It was Carter Coleman from Jackson Radke and Aiden Deal. They credit Coleman with his first goal as a Magi. 6:40 the time of that one in the first period. Into the second, we would go with Minot leading 1-0. Brock Jones picks up his first goal of the year. Kelton Esslinger and Jackson Radke were on the score sheet with the helpers. Then it was Mandan that got on the board. It was Cameron Beaver from Matt Hyder and Kyan Johnner. That made it a 2-1 hockey game. But Briggs Pickard put the lead back to 2 when he scored. He was assisted by Jersey Abrahamson. Minot High would lead at that point 3-1 at the end of 2 periods played. Shots through the first 2. Minot outshot Mandan 10-7 in the first, 11-7 in the second. Third was a little bit closer at 6-4, but Minot High had 2 tallies to show for their hard work in that third period. Jackson Bradley's first goal of the year, point number 4. He was assisted by Ben Swagstu and Kelton Esslinger. Mac Morelli from Brock Jones would be the final here tonight, 6:31 the time of that goal, and Morelli and Jones get on the score sheet tonight in a 5-1 victory for the Magi over the Mandan Braves. We're going to bring in the assistant coach of the Minot High Magicians here in just a moment. Coach, we'll have you take a seat to get cozy up here in the press box. Let's start here. Overall, A/F rating tonight for your Magi. You guys come up with a 5-1 win here tonight. Are you satisfied with how things went?
I'd probably give it about a B, Nick. I think at times it was probably a little higher, but overall probably a B.
You had some solid performances for more than one line here tonight, and that really just seemed to be the difference maker in this hockey game. Matt and I were talking about that here in the postgame show, that the depth that you guys really have is really going to be an X factor down the stretch. Touch on the depth of your hockey team here tonight, and what you could say about lines number 3 and 4 going here tonight for you from time to time when you battled against a hockey team that had some pretty solid effort in their own kids here tonight as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to see a Carter Coleman to get, his first career goal. And, there, a lot of those guys in that, second, third, and fourth line, played a lot of good hockey tonight. As you get into the region and you get going, teams are so familiar. They know who Brock Jones is. They know who Mac Morelli is. They know who Kelton Esslinger is. They always play them to a certain standard. They're going to have to learn to play to that standard too. You see them working through it. I think they're dominating play. As I talked to them kind of after the Bismarck Century game, you're not going to get points every night, but you do positively affect the game because they're having to match up. For instance, on the power play, obviously guys are standing near Mac, so that leaves other guys open. It's just nice to see depth. I think that's one thing that we have in the region that's nice, is I think our depth is really good. It's just a really exciting time right now, and I think it'd be remiss to say, look at Toby back there. Toby made some really good saves and did some really nice things, and you got a healthy little tandem going there right now, and you got a couple other kids that are knocking on the door back there too that have been playing really well in JV games, and I just think we're in a good spot right now early in the season.
Yeah, you guys get that early layoff, if you will, after the Devils Lake matchup. You get quite a break through the Thanksgiving holiday. Open up with Century and region play. Then you have Mandan on your home ice for the home opener tonight. Another victory there, 4-1 and 5-1. I mean, you put up 9-2 for a margin on those 2 matchups. Now Dickinson on Saturday. My question for you is this. I know they're high school kids, and they're in pretty good peak condition right now, but is energy going to be a factor for you early on in the season come Saturday afternoon at 3:45? Is that a goofy question for you?
No, I think the question's good. I think the coaching answer is it better not be. Dickinson's coming in here. We have goals. The kids set goals. They set lofty goals. We talked about early in the season last year, Mandan came in here and got, I think 2 of the 3 points. We got 1. I think it went, was that the overtime game. And then, Dickinson came in and ended up beating us in a shootout. So, again, you lose those 2 points, we end up tying for the region title. If we want to get to places we want to be come February, we have to take care of these games. And, I mean, that Dickinson team, Dallas always has them playing hard. And they got I think they got a stellar goaltender. And they got some kids that can go. And we can give credit to Mandan tonight. Those top 4 kids they got, they're real nice. And that goalie, he works extremely hard. And, those coaches got those kids playing the right way. And, you know, we just, like I said, I think our depth wears on people, and if our depth's able to wear on people and, you know, those guys are playing the correct way, it's going to be a good night for us.
I only laugh when you say that the coach's answer is that they better be, because all I can think about was the bucket out at center ice on Monday if the effort isn't there on Saturday, which I'm sure it will be in a showdown anytime these WDA opponents come to town. It seems like the effort is there. On that note here tonight, were you surprised with how the lack of maybe that chippiness that we normally see with the Mandan rivalry was out of the gate tonight? It just didn't seem like it had that element of the old school West Region affair until later in this hockey game tonight, when it really started to become a little more of a prison fight, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Nick, they were coming in 4-0, riding high, had obviously, you know, beaten some big teams, you know, scored some goals. So, and you know, they like I said, those top 4 or 5 kids, there's so much skill, speed, talent right there that, you know, they don't always have to go out and you know be the big hit, be the, you know, stuff behind the play, stuff like that. And you know, and we don't really play that way. You know, I think over the last, you know, I've been here for 7 straight years. You know, those years I don't think we've been a very penalized team. You know, we're more puck possession, excuse me. And, you know, I just think it was it was almost kind of a heavyweight bout super early in the year here. You know, we were coming in 2-0, they were 4-0. They had like I said, beat some big teams. And I think there's a little feeling out, you know, process. And then, you know, we get a good tip. And then we, you know, stuff one in down there. You know, it just, you know, little things. You know, that's what we talked about, those little things. And, it's a gauntlet right now. You know, like you said, 15 days off after the first game, and then you go Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Tuesday. I mean, it's a lot of hockey here, and, you know, sickness is rampant right now everywhere in the state. And, you know, we're trying to work through it, but they're high school kids, Nick. Yeah, I mean, you and I go out to the alumni game coming up here on the 23rd, and the 24th might just be a lay-around day with a lot of stuffing and some food, but these kids should be able to get up and get going, and you know we'll try to rouse them up.
I think you on one bench, me on the other, or maybe I would just be your assistant coach on the bench. Sounds like a better plan than me trying to wear goalie pants.
I'll just try to be up in that community room. I think that'd be fine for me.
Great job tonight. Great to see you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Nick.
That's Jordan Willard, the assistant coach of the Magi. 2 more orders of business tonight before we put a cap on it here this evening. Let's start with our Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game tonight. Jobbers Moving and Storage brings you the move of the game. Jobbers Moving and Storage with locations in Minot, Bismarck, Fargo, and Aberdeen. They can be found online, jobberswarehouse.com. If you're moving across town or across the country, let Jobbers Moving and Storage help you with your moving and storage needs. Well, which way do you go tonight with your Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game? It's tough. There was plenty of them here that could have been up for that award here tonight, but I like the way that Carter Coleman got on the board for his first ever as a Magi tonight. That move of the game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Congratulations, Carter Coleman. Anytime you get your first ever, certainly propels everybody around you, and it did here tonight. Minot wins 5-1. That was the first one of the contest. Congratulations again to Carter Coleman. The Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game belongs to you, my friend. Final order of business tonight, the MVP, brought to you by Sport Clips. Sport Clips, home of the MVP haircut experience. Sport Clips, where you can sign in online with a hairstylist today. It's so convenient. Sport Clips of Minot and Bismarck brings you tonight's MVP of the contest. I thought defensively he was good tonight, but I also thought that offensively he had a pair of assists to the board here tonight. And Jackson Radke gets his name on the score sheet twice here. Played a pretty solid game. He will be our MVP of the game, brought to you by Sport Clips. Congratulations to Jackson Radke, tonight's MVP. Well, don't forget, we've got more action coming your way starting tomorrow night as the Magi boys basketball team is at home. They take on Dickinson. Number 1 ranked Minot against Dickinson tomorrow at 7:30 from the Magic City Campus Gymnasium. Along with Holly Johnson, former Miss Basketball North Dakota. I'm going to be on the call with her tomorrow night. It should be a lot of fun as Dean Winchesky's team tries to remain unbeaten on the season. And don't forget, more action coming up on Saturday. The Magi hockey team back at it as the Midgets come to the Mesa Arena for a 3:45 showdown against Minot High coming up on Saturday. That should be a good one. Pregame starts at 3:15, brought to you by Shields of Minot and Bismarck. Again, final time here tonight. The Magi in the 65th ever matchup against Mandan pick up their 54th ever win against the Braves here tonight. They do it in a 5-1 fashion. That drops Mandan to 4-1 overall. Minot improves to 3-0 early on in the season. Big thanks again tonight to everyone that stopped by, including Jordan Willard here in the postgame show. Marshall Cheetah for stopping into the pregame show. The Mandan co-head coach Jason Bennett here tonight as well in the pregame. Big thanks to Andrew Woodbeck as always running the camera tonight. Big thanks to Larry Johnson for his help throughout the years with PSP Network and his tech support here at the Mesa Arena again tonight after we had some issues on Tuesday. And a big thanks to my broadcast partner Matt Morelli for joining us here tonight. It was a fun one in West Region High School hockey. Final tonight, one more time. Minot High takes down Mandan 5-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Till tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for the pregame of Minot High and Dickinson. Nick Hulberg signing off. Please have a good night and God bless.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with the hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Point. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
Oh, easy, easy. I think I'm good. You got my good side, right? Not too many lights. I don't want to get fried before my time. Oh, it's egg-tastic. You never know what dish you're going to end up in. My dream dish is a 99. It's so popular. Me and a fellow egg tag teaming with some crispy golden hash browns. Have you seen those hash browns? Those guys are shredded. Throw in some diced ham, onions, and melted cheese. Oh, it's a party for your taste buds. Oh, here comes Chevy. Hold on, Chevy. Did you guys get everything that you needed? 99. Here I come. Shots Crossroads. It's an excellent place to eat.